We all know why we're here. So let me ask you a question then. Why the big secret? Truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, break it down, now can you peep it? They're deceiving all the people. Let me ask you, what's the secret? Misinformation and lies, a devious disguise. They want the EMF blast until our brains is fried. Oh, point their beams in the sky. Oh, it's a movie now. This world is all CGI, their plot is truly foul. But we're here to rise up and bring the real. Time is now, truth seekers, y'all know how I feel. Truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, why the big secret?
All right, truth seekers. This is Thursday night. I'm Roderick Martin. I want to welcome you to Why the Big Secret. And do we have a epic show for you tonight? If you chiming in on Clubhouse, I want to thank you for being here. And for anybody and people that's on YouTube, you could have been any other place tonight, but you chose to be right here and right now. And with that being said, we are going to serve you. Now, if you into ghosts, paranormal, spirits, and all these paranormal, that was the word. But if you into all of that, we're going to have a lot of that here for you tonight, because I got a couple of ladies that's going to rock your world when we come down to this conversation, and I'm really excited about that. So it's time to put the children to bed, because we're going to talk about ghost things that's going to keep them up at night, things that's going to make them run in your bedroom and tell them, mommy, daddy, all of that. So if you don't want none of that, you make sure they get ready to go to bed and all that stuff right now. And if you late for dinner, I always told you the recipe for breakfast at night is really good. You can set it up by a little biscuit, some bacon, some sausage. You can do that real quick and cook. Tell the husband to hit the oatmeal and y'all come together on this thing, and all of a sudden, dinner is served. So, hey, we got a promise here. We're going to be the boldest, baffling, belligerent clubhouse in the world and YouTube channel, creating those captivating conversations that'll certainly cause controversy. So, let me get ready to set this thing up for you. And I'm going to bring our ladies up into the conversation as we get ready to set this thing up. In the meantime, I got a special for you, especially there is a UFO summit and it's coming down the pipeline from Gaia TV. And so you definitely want to be checking that out as well. So now, all I can say, get ready. We're getting ready to have the conversation. And man, am I excited for you. I'm excited for the listeners and everybody else in on it. And we're going to be putting this thing together to really put some stuff in it now. So in the meantime, let me hit this up and let you guys know. These two ladies that we have here, of course, you know, Marie, y'all know what it is from last week, the ghost hunter. And then we got Heidi Hollis here, which is ufologist. I mean, she's into all of this stuff, from the paranormal to the UFOs to the aliens, extraterrestrials. So what it all is, we have a package deal for y'all tonight, especially when we get down to those conversations, and we're going to be doing that. So I don't know what to tell you guys is, but you got plenty of questions. I got people in the chat already chatting. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being here tonight, and we're not going to disappoint you. So again, I want to thank all of the truth seekers. And so let me kind of put that up a little bit for those who support the channel. Here they are. These are Truth Seeker members, and we add new persons to that list every single week. So if you want to become part of the Truth Seekers research team, go over to the links in the bottom of this video, buy me a coffee, and just $5, 16 cents a day, you can be part of that. So again, now if you have a podcast website and you want to be one of our sponsors, you have an option. We got podcasts, live streams, YouTube channel, websites, internet radio, and as you see down there personally, I'm going to be partnering with a weight loss company, and I'm going to lose weight right here live. Now, your product's got to work, and if they work, then we're going to partner up and lose some weight together. So I'm excited about that as well, and that's one of those big announcements. So as the music toned down, and as the moment get ready to gather, I want to welcome each and every one of you to Why the Big Secret, and we're going to be talking about that right now. So let's hit that right here. Okay, so that's the intro, ladies. How are y'all doing today?
Good, wonderful.
And Heidi, how about yourself? Can you hear me over there?
I can see some head movement, but we can't hear any audio.
We can't hear you though. Yeah, so if you're talking, Heidi, we can't hear you at all.
No.
Let me send her a text here.
Yeah.
And
oh, how's this?
there you go.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry about that.
All right. So basically, you know, for our live stream audience, you know, this is a trio here. And when you think about ufology, we're talking about paranormal, ghost hunting, and all those things. So let me just start with you, Heidi. If we were to say, and let's not put an umbrella on it. So what would you say? Ghost hunter? Are you into paranormal, or ufologist, alien hunter? Let's tag it right now.
Oh gosh, I started off as somebody that grew up in a haunted house, so it started off more paranormal, and
Okay.
then it became, so it came off with something that led me to seeing a lot of UFOs where I grew up, and so I started a UFO group, and I started just researching absolutely everything because it's all connected anyways, and I've been on this journey ever since.
Okay, well, we have some audio things going in and out on you, so I don't know if you're in a pretty good area or not, but it's chiming in and out on us. But all right, so Marie, how was your week? Did you find any ghosts this week?
I haven't been searching for any this week, but I did come across somebody sent me a request for me to do an investigation. So I have one that I'm going to be doing in LA, and I also have one that I'm going to be doing here in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. So I'm really looking forward to that one because this one is actually in a restaurant. So I'm really looking forward to being a part of that investigation. So he sent me some footage, and some audio clips, and I was like, yeah, we got through the preliminary investigation phase. Now we're on to
Mm.
scheduling the investigation.
Well, all right then. So, anything going on in your week this week, Heidi? Before we really get down into this conversation,
I think we got a little audio. Heidi, can you hear us?
you can't hear us
I
at
didn't
all.
hear that. I didn't hear that. It's stalling. You know what? I might be able to see if I don't know what the deal. So
Are you using a
crazy. I never
cell
had
phone
this,
or
but
computer?
of
What are you
course.
using?
Oh no, it's a computer. No. See, this is what happens when dynamic people get together.
Ah, okay,
That is right.
I'm with you on that. If you guys are here,
Yes. No,
definitely.
this is.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. She couldn't hear me at all. No, you can't.
Possibly.
Oh no, that's all good.
Okay. All right. So,
Mhm.
all right. Well, we
Yes.
we will do the best we can, or we need to try to figure out whatever we can do on our end, and I'll send the UFO specialist over there right now through the consciousness of thought
Yes.
to see if they could, take
Working.
over and do some things from there. All right. So if you hear through our channels and definitely Why the Big Secret and you're in the chat, go ahead and send us a message from there and just say hello to each and every one of you. So what I want to start out first is really just kind of get into the conversation about this. And I think we talk about it all the time. Is there a link between ufology or UFOs, aliens, and of course the paranormal spirits and all of those things? And once again, I will ask any one of you first just to kind of see if there's a gap. Even, since you both have had experiences, lived in a haunted house,
Yeah.
and all of those things, and definitely we want to hear about that shortly. But I think at the end of the day, you know, can we find some type of connection over time between these phenomenals, or there's just so big of a gap that it just doesn't matter? What do y'all think?
Yeah, and we spoke about this last week, just kind of finding the different components of connection with the two. And there definitely are some similarities, especially when it comes to the different things that are used with each investigation. Like we said previously, we use radiation detectors, and radiation is really big when it comes to ufology and their investigative methods. And then with paranormal, yeah, we use radiation detectors, infrared lighting, sensors. So there's so many different things and components that are so similar in how we investigate these two phenomenon. Just there's got to be a connection. Like Heidi, I've read some of your amazing accolades, and you said you've had your own experiences. I really want to see what your mindset is behind the way that these two components of phenomenon possibly are linked.
I don't know if she can hear us. Then
Oh,
you can't hear us, Heidi, at all? No,
no,
you.
I think she's got some technical issues.
All right. Well, all right. Well, maybe she'll come back in
Yeah.
and see about that. But yeah, I think, again, this week we had a great conversations, and when it comes down to these UFOs, and I go back to some of the movies that's out there, and one in particular, I think when yesterday we was talking about Predator and some of the technology that some of them uses, and where they can just go through walls, or, we got all of these things. So what would be a difference, you think, Marie, when it gets down to these spirits that can come through a wall and say, and an ET or alien supposed to be able to do the same thing too?
Right. There's people ask me all the time, do you think that there's truth in what these movies are conveying to their audiences, and the different events that are taking place in these movies? Do you think that there is a lot of truth behind it? And I definitely believe that there's truth to all of these organized circumstances that they're putting in these movies. Poltergeist, for example,
Oh my God, yeah.
one of my favorite movies, and still one of the most scariest movies to watch for me. And growing up and having lived in a home that was similar to that structure of what was in that movie, those crazy events that took place, having been exposed to similarities like that, it's like, okay, so there would have had to have been some type of ignition of events that happened for them to actually tell a story like that. And you know, um, we went through some really interesting things, even with the movie Conjuring. I think they've even got a new, I think they got a 4 coming out. A Conjuring 4 is possibly coming out, or 3. I know they got a new one coming out, and same thing. A lot of that stuff that happened with the horrible dreams, people levitating in the air, being tossed across the room,
Yep.
having those disembodied voices that are, surfacing all around the home. And, even the transition of the voices and the vocals of individuals, we've experienced that. And it's such a an interesting component of research to link these these movies with these phenomena and their crafty abilities to transfer and travel through different I believe they travel through multiple different dimensions and have these different abilities that we are just kind of getting tapped into a lot more. We're getting the introduction of how powerful and how strong these components and these paranormal beings are, really.
I wonder if people are having extraterrestrial experiences but think they're paranormal experiences, and since a extraterrestrial can again walk through walls, appear almost invisible to say, is it possible for them to, you know be in their cloak, or in a way that we can't see them, but they're sliding chairs around, so we think it's a ghost, but in it actually could be an ET.
Mm, most definitely could be. Most definitely could be. And just hearing people's testimonies and hearing them describe their occurrences, or these happenings, as I call them happenings.
Mm.
Um, Hearing their description of these happenings, and hearing and doing a little bit of research, because I'm not too versed in ufology, but just hearing a little bit of the research and information that I convey from the people that I do the investigations with. It's a cross. It's like, is it really a ghost encounter, paranormal encounter that you're experiencing, or is this more commonly linked to an extraterrestrial?
Hmm. Well, we
It is
got a Heidi back. So how's
There
it
we
going? Can
are.
you hear us? Is your audio? Can you hear us now?
I hear you. This stuff never happens. It's only with special things like
Heidi, do not
this.
feel
That's
bad.
all it
No,
is.
don't worry about it. Marie had a ghost last week
We've
that
had
was
ghosts
just
in
But
my
yeah, I can hear
neighborhood.
you.
tearing
You guys
up
can
the
hear me?
place over there, man. I'm telling you, what nothing. And then it got over
Oh,
here, and I was like,
really?
no, we can't.
I transferred it, Heidi. I
We
transferred
can't
that
do this.
sucker.
So we have something on the screen here. He says, once you've been exposed, this is Aaron's energy. He said, once you've been exposed to the paranormal and are open and have increased your vibration, you'll attract lighter, higher vibrational beings.
Hmm.
What do y'all think
It
about that?
So does
it could
that
be a
mean
mixture.
you're more
That's for
You say a mixture?
sure.
Uh-oh, she's still having audio problems
Yeah,
here.
I think the ghost transfer.
And you guys can't hear me still?
No.
No, it's going in and out.
I swear to you, this is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, I wonder, you know what? Maybe if I take off the video part, maybe
Well,
it'll clear.
do
Where
you
am I
have
gonna go?
headphones? You don't have any headphones or mic or something? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad.
You
that's
want me to
yeah.
try it?
I don't.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can barely hear you. I tell you what, if you hang up and just go into the clubhouse side, and then I'll see you there, and I'll bring you up in that room. Then you just talk through the phone. Did you hear me?
What's
You
that?
could. I said, if you go over to the clubhouse and if you find the room, come in there, and then I'll bring you up on that stage. You can just talk through the phone.
Okay. Alrighty. We could try that. But I'll listen.
Okay.
It's weird. It's like I can hear you at times. So strange.
Okay. All right. All right. So basically, one of the things that, again, is just, we don't want to assume that we have ghost issues that messes with our stuff, So Definitely don't
It
want to be
happens
looking at it
though.
from
It
there.
happens, Roderick. It happens so much.
Well, Aaron's Energy said, "Do you have access to an Ethernet cable that has helped me in the past?" Yes, that's probably would be. It depends on how you connect these things, and that's one of the things we have to do, especially when you're doing streaming, because it does take a lot of bandwidth in some cases, and sometimes we can do that or not. So we'll kind of
Yeah.
see. Hopefully, if she gets over to
Oh
the
yeah.
clubhouse side, then I'll bring up on stage, and then she can kind of jump in from there. Now, if you are listening to us from Clubhouse, there's a pinned link right at the top. You can come over to the YouTube channel, and we can kind of go from there as well. So. Again, to our truth seekers, I just want to thank each and every one of you. Real quickly, so I can get a couple of things out of the way. I just want to tell you guys, if you have not heard of Gaia is running a new special, and they're going to do a UFO summit, okay? And this is going to be cool. It's a limited thing that they're working with. Let me kind of show you a little bit. It's you can get access to a lot of exclusive UFO shows, and they're running a summit up into June 26th, which is going to be rocking. So, for example, here, they're going to have exclusive episodes in this UFO summit, so you'll be able to get involved there and watch episode 1, which is where are we in the age of disclosure? And then there's another, how long have we been there? So they got a lot of things that is coming on this UFO summit. And one of the things I really want to kind of get more detail about is that the special is awesome. So I'll do a little screen thing here, just kind of show you. But again, these are a lot of things that you can see about it. Let me see if I can do a screen share and show them real quickly before we get deep into our conversation, what they can expect being part of this UFO summit, and we can kind of go from there. So let's see if we can do that real quickly there and there. All right. So here is the screen share, and let me bring it up on the monitors here. There we go. All right. So that's the screen share for everyone. So you all can kind of see that. Let me turn off this thing. But anyway, you're going to get some original series, okay? And you're going to get a lot of new UFO. This is their new and first ever UFO summit, where you're going to get access to all of this stuff. You get some exclusive things right here, a sneak preview of their new Truth Hunter with Linda Moten Howe. Y'all know her. She be rocking it. And this offer, you get access to all of their 8,000 library and everything else. And let me tell y'all something. You get some free ebooks, the Truth Hunter sneak peek. You get the live Q&A with Tim Tactical, an advisor. You can get access to the Beyond Disclosure private community, and then also the Cosmic Contact. You get all of this stuff. And look at this. The intergalactic beings guide and timeline. This is what I want right here. This UFO or UAP history ebook from Richard Dolan. That guy knows all the stuff there. And then you also get the technology ebook. All of this is valued by almost $200. And then if you ever went to Gaia, or if you don't have or not have a description, their normal price is almost about $300 if you want access to everything there. But look at here. Let me show you guys this summit just for the next few weeks. You can do it monthly at $11.89 or $99. If you do the $99 for annual 1 year, you get all of that $179 stuff, all of the ebooks and all of the access to the disclosure summit that they're doing, all of that for $99. And I'm telling you, Guy got some good shows there. If you ever heard of Beyond Belief with George Norrie, and then Open Minds, if y'all have heard of that, that's been pretty cool there. So they got a lot of stuff there. So just want to throw that out there for you. There's links in the YouTube video description. You can click that and get over there and get that deal for this week. I think it ends in about 9 days. $99 for the whole year. Access to everything that Guy has in this new summit and all of those ebooks, all of that package for $99. And so I'm pretty excited about that. Just to tell you, I know, I got it already. I just got it the other day. I hit that thing when they told me yesterday about it, hit that button, subscribe to it. And so it's one of those things that I think that you all can do pretty quick. So let me see if I can find Heidi and get her into the
I'll
club.
definitely get my subscription pretty soon, Roderick.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So uh, if I can share this room, how can you do that? There we go. Copy the link. All right, and then I'm gonna text it to her. All right, and now I think we have a connection. Let's just see what happens here. So, all right, anyone in the audience, and let's get this live stream going a little bit. What do you guys want to? Yeah, I got a question. How you doing, Nicole? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, what do you, if have any of you experienced any type of paranormal side? But also, okay, so Heidi is there. Let me bring her up into the room, and we'll see how that works out. All right, Heidi, how are you?
Hello, hello.
Okay, all right.
There,
I'm good.
there you go.
So wild, so wild. They're trying to separate us. What is this?
They did.
So,
They
so you are live from Clubhouse. So you're on here with us, and so if you're listening to the live stream on YouTube, then Heidi is streaming from Clubhouse, and if you're in a Clubhouse audience, you get to see her right there. And now we have the conversation. So, all right. So we next time what I'll do is get a picture of you, like, and then I can just bring it up on the screen. You ain't moving, but then it's like, okay, she's talking.
but her face is there.
Yeah,
Got the
and
freeze frame.
then we can do that.
Oh,
I hear you.
yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so let's open
Ah,
this thing up. I want to open it up. Let's talk about
yes.
in our community, being African American, when you know, ghost and all of this. And I tend to just, I was talking to somebody yesterday about today's conversation. And one of the things they asked me again, was there any kind of connection between a UFO and the ghost? And I keep trying to figure this out, because if you think about all the people that in the ufology world, and they say they've been contacted in their dreams and all of this.
Mhm.
So y'all know, so can a ghost consciously contact somebody, or is this ghost only in a physical realm? Or I mean, where does the ghost operate, period? So are they in between worlds or what?
Yeah. Heidi, do you want to chime in on this one, or you want me to go?
Sure. I could chime in. Well, you think about the interdimensional world and think of how what do ghosts have in common with ghosts? Well, ghosts have in common with aliens. They could go through walls. They can enter people's dreams. They can manipulate their environment. So I think they have more in common than they have in differences. But when it comes to like more negative, ghostly like things, like my topic, shadow people, and then you've got the alien phenomena and how they're able to paralyze people, infiltrate their dreams and control their dreams, make them feel a certain way, make them see horrific things. I mean, both shadow people and aliens do this. So it's like, so what are we saying? What's the marrying element between the two? And that's something that I tackled in my first book when I was in college. The whole topic of some of these beings, you think of them having souls, right? I mean, we think our pets have souls, so why wouldn't these aliens have souls? And they're able to recognize their soul and access different elements than most of the people on this planet are still trying to figure out if we've got a soul. So
Yeah.
if these things got that kind of understanding, they got a bigger upper hand than us. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on in between both worlds. And boy, I've sat in on so many conversations at paranormal uh, conventions and conferences and UFO ones, and they don't get along. But I'm really happy to see we're getting along here, because isn't it strange to have ghost and paranormal hunters say, "Oh, those aliens ain't real," and the alien hunters like, "Oh, those ghosts ain't real." It's so strange. Just like, how dare they? We already got the regular population to go up against, but they're going to talk about each other. We need to work
Well,
it out.
I think it's at a point where you just can believe any damn thing. I mean, now we're in the thing where, okay, I got stuff flying around, moving at extreme speeds and going through water space, and I'm using that as my thing. Y'all got things going through walls and picking
Mhm.
things and
Dreams.
messing with people and coming from graves and already been dead, killed twice. Just
Yeah.
and then you got shadow people and shit moving around in the dark, but then you got people that see
Yes.
UFOs that see shadows, right? It's like is all this shit in one bag? You know, in other words, we all could be talking about the same stuff.
Yeah.
And the UFO saying, yeah, y'all don't know because we're so high in consciousness. I can come in your mind and mess with you. I can fly around in my craft and mess with you. Or I don't even need to use a craft and mess with you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to come up out of the grave and scare the shit out of you. Oh, I'm going to knock some cans over because I can do that with my invisible powers. And then, oh, you think you're afraid of the dark. Wait till you see the shadow that I'm about to put on you. You know, and it's like, what the hell do we do with all this stuff?
Right.
And
It's always such a competitive world when it comes to UFOs and ghosts. I never understood why it was such a competition or why one.
because we got the better shit, though. I mean, we can see our stuff, and we got cool
Well,
rides. We got flying things flying around. We got see in the UFOs, you got a spaceship. Okay,
they are light
we
years
take you off the
ahead of
planet.
humanity.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
aren't they?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, think
their,
about it, though.
their
I don't know.
technology is light years ahead of humanity. I'm just thinking like UFOs have such advanced, extraterrestrials, UFOs, they have such advanced technology. I would believe that they have the ability to take out the world in one shot. Like they have
Don't
such.
say that. I did a whole live stream on that yesterday, and some people was mad. They was like, "Stop with the threat narrative." I'm like, "Well, shit. You got something that can move faster than the speed of sound and light, and if it want to put a gun on it, what do you do?
Yeah.
Nothing. Not a
What
damn.
what is our weaponry in comparison to the amazing technology that these extraterrestrials are believed to possess? What is our little bullets gonna do?
Why? I don't know. So Heidi, tell me a little bit about the worst of the worst. So when you think about these experiences, you know, you've talked to many
Mhm.
people, you've interviewed some people. So what are the most fears? What do y'all think? Do people fear in the audience, if y'all listening in the YouTube chat, what do you fear most? And don't even say fear most. What would you want to run into? Do you want to run into a haunted house? And
I was
you know what I'm saying?
earlier
If you had an option of a window
too.
Oh
that was three
man.
doors,
Yeah.
you're gonna go to door one, and that is a haunted house with some ghosts that's gonna be throwing chairs and shit around and poking you at night. I don't know. Door number two is what we call some shadow people or some other stuff, some spirits. You know what I'm saying? And I mean some shit that's just gonna mess with your bones.
Ah,
And then number three, you have a friendly alien who's
oh,
gonna take
really?
you on a ride and take you to the galaxy, and then decides to probe you in the anal and all this stuff to figure out what human things, sticking stuff in your eyes and just really trying to figure you out as a human. But you're gonna go for a ride though. But other stuff you ain't going nowhere. You can't get off the planet. None of that stuff. So what door would y'all take? 1, 2, or 3?
You know, Heidi, this may seem so biased, but I think I'm going with the aliens.
Why? Because you're so used with the ghost. You already know the ghost.
I'm already vested in having dealt with ghosts all my life. I want to leave the planet. So if these things can put me on
But they ain't bringing people back though. See, that's one way trips in some cases.
I
At
want
least
to
I
vacation
think.
away from the ghost. Put me on one of those extraterrestrial ships and take
See,
me
I
to.
don't. You haven't been watching my previous. You don't watch my YouTube channel, do you? Do
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Marie, you don't watch my YouTube channel, do you? Because you didn't see that last post of videos we did last week about unaccounted for pregnancies. People
Yeah.
coming back
They're
pregnant, dealing with
they're
ETs.
they're raping, they're violating, and
Now you want to
they're
come back with a
possessing.
ET baby or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So ghosts, I wouldn't have the ability to get pregnant by.
Look. Person down here says, Nicole says, "Damn, I would have said aliens until you mentioned the probing." she said, she said, "I had contacts with ghosted spirits." You see what I'm saying? Everybody,
Well,
okay.
I'm gonna be on the finest birth control I could be on, and then they can take me.
No, but they get past that. They don't even have. They got this stuff. I mean, I don't know what they use,
It's
but I don't
like they
think.
can touch your belly and you're instantly pregnant.
But you seen I've seen the movie Aliens stick coming out of there and busting out your belly. I don't know what's gonna happen, but
Oh, those are my favorite now. Those alien movies. I'll give you that right there.
okay. So we got
But
spirits. All right.
but no, I would go to the haunted house. The haunted house is easy. I mean, that's I mean, easy for me because I guess because I got more experience with that, but because I, growing up in it and all these years of dealing with it, I'm just like,
All right.
I
Well,
wouldn't be as terrified.
okay. Well,
as-
let's really get it now.
Right.
Okay. So each one
Yeah.
of y'all give me the worst of the worst paranormal story and the
Mm.
worst of the worst spirit story, and I'll give you one of the worst alien stories, and then at this point we'll compare and get a vote in the audience and saying, okay, which one do y'all want to deal with? Because all of this stuff is happening right now.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
it is.
Marie, you first.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Marie first.
here we go.
Ladies first, then
So-
Heidi you second. Yeah.
I will give you my own story.
Okay, let's go with that.
Me and my 8 other siblings were living in a house with my parents, and we're 4 or 5. We're all stair steppers. So we're all sitting in the living room because we only had a 925 square foot house, and we're eating on the floor newspaper, and my brother lifts up in the air and launches across the room and slams into the
Now
garage
you used the
door.
word launch. Did he
Mm.
jump like he was wearing
No,
he had some new Converse on? He had them Converse on, or what was he wearing?
he was barefoot. He
Wow.
literally levitated off the floor with no assistance, midway in the air, in the middle of the afternoon, might I add, because most people think that ghosts just come in the dark.
So
No.
did he levitate like this or like that? Where
He was
and
was
if you watch it and listening on Clubhouse, I'm doing this parallel
he was
versus
trying to
vertical.
do this horizontal parallel
Yeah.
demonstration.
That
So
makes
he
a big
literally
difference.
was sitting Indian style, levitated in the air
Mhm.
like that, and was thrown across the room and slammed into the wall in the middle of the afternoon.
See, the problem I have with that story already, an alien would have been nice enough to take your ass through the wall.
He would have probably held your hand.
You get what I'm saying? They would have been nice enough to
that
take
would have
you
been nice.
through the wall. That's what an alien
What if
extraterrestrial
they only
is.
took you halfway through the wall and like part of you was still on the
No.
other side,
Now,
like
that's some
Philadelphia
shit there.
experiment or something?
All right, but keep going. Go ahead. Go ahead. That was it? He hit the wall?
So, having dealt with that, and this is all in the same house, having my brother sitting on the toilet and a pair of yellow eyes appears in the window facing him, and he runs and screams and gets the hell out of that bathroom with shit hanging out of his ass.
No.
Oh, no.
True story.
Oh, I bet he better not be listening to that story. So you
Oh,
telling
that's
me
a true
this
story.
man
It's
was
actually-
sitting down.
It's in the book. It's actually in my book.
He is sitting down on the toilet.
Sitting on the
In the
toilet.
process between doing what we do when he okay, so and then he sees some eyes, some yellow eyes.
Yes.
And he gets up and run
Traveling.
out with this stuff still hanging, trailing behind him.
Still have a trail of everything.
See, let me say this. I've been around a long time, 52 years, or 25 times 2 plus 2 for the audience. And that is one place that's sacred
Supposed to be.
when I'm sitting down in there and doing that. And I ain't in no rush. And I promise you, Jurassic Park could have walked through that door. My ass ain't moving. And I would have been looking at him like, dude, really? You want to do that now?
Well,
You know?
you don't know what you're going to do until you're in that situation.
Yeah, but he already got through the wall. So you can't get no worse than that shit. I mean, it's like you see him, the eyes are going, now? Y'all want to do this now?
Like, right now, I done been through all this, and now you want to just scare me off the toilet?
Yeah. All right. So, okay. Anybody in the audience, y'all want to deal with that one? I mean, that's some shit there. So,
True story.
was literally
True events. This really happened.
well, that's what people on the chat says. I lived in a haunted house, and I've been in haunted houses and seen spirits, and see, that's the kind of stuff. See, my hypocrisy only goes so far with this thing. I'm into the ETs and extraterrestrial, but I don't think I could convert to a ghost or spirit type adventure because that's just a little too much. I mean, it's like you just don't. How do you deal with that? And especially when I don't know. So okay, all right, Heidi, go ahead. Your turn.
all right. Okay, that was pretty messed up there, Marie. I have to give it to you. That was pretty
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, especially when you put the shit in it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And
The chapter is called "Shit Happens."
it really did.
it
All right, so okay,
really did. Yes. Well, for myself, probably the worst thing that I've heard. And I think she was about 7 years old. This woman wrote me. Thank God she grew up to be a woman. Her mom and her were living in this house, and every night, Hat Man would come into her bedroom and say, "One day I'm going to get you." And this thing was so tall, like she had a top bunk. Nobody was below the bunk. Of course, she was just the only child. And Hatman would come in, and he was so tall, the middle of his back would touch the ceiling. Okay, and Hatman is this demonic like creature looking thing. And for those that don't know, and glowing red eyes, nasty, jagged, like shark-like teeth, big smile, kind of like the Joker. Trench coat. Sometimes he wears a gaucho hat or a flat-rimmed hat, or just all sorts of hats, or not even a hat. So, anyways, she would like go run and scream and jump in her mom's bed and say, "Oh, that man came back saying he's going to get me." And the mom would get mad and put her back into her bed, and she would always come back anyways, or she started turning her light on in her bedroom, and it keeps him away to a certain extent. So she started doing that, and the mom's bills were going up. She's like, no, this ain't happening. She took out the light bulb, and mom had some friends over and didn't want her running out screaming that, something's trying to get her. So mom locked her in the bedroom.
What?
Plus had some friends over. Yes.
Mother of the year there.
Mother of the year, locked her in there with no light bulb. And mom went to go check on her. Now, on a bunk bed, they got a couple of slats of wood that keep a child from rolling out of the bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the mom goes in there to check on her and finds her daughter's body through the two slats of the wood, and her head's on the other side, and she's hung to death. And there's no way that this can be done normally. So mom had to go and call some friends from the gathering of people out there to break apart the bed and resuscitate her literally, because she was dead. And with her first words, she screamed, "He got me." So
she lived, right?
She lived. She's the one that wrote me. And she's like, "Mom believed me then. And I slept in her bed from that night forward. And we moved the heck out as soon as we could." I was like,
let me put it this way.
Disgusting.
Wow.
I wouldn't have been sitting there talking about, "Mom believed me then." It'd be like, excuse my French, but I would like, that bitch almost got me killed.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
to the point of, wait a minute, how we gonna, because there ain't no mother to love in that situation.
Oh.
Isn't
it terrible?
Ain't no sleeping in your bed. I'm sleeping in your bed because I'm about to whack you. Tonight, we got some issues. I know you brought me in this world, but I get the right to take you out. I don't know how the cliche goes, but you leave me in a situation like that. I don't know. I'm just okay. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this one, but yeah.
So that was pretty bad. But I get some horrible stories sent to me, and it's like the darkest of the dark. I mean, it's demonic, but we say demonic, and I say demonic just to help people paint a picture. But these things, Hatman is not quite a demon necessarily. He looks very alien in the face, and the shadow people work for him and work with him. And there's a lot of crossover when it comes to paranormal and ghostly hauntings, and then also with alien abduction phenomena, because they could be seen right alongside of these things. So it's crazy. So do you want to pick that door? I thought I saw you raise your hand there, Roderick. Did you wanted to go through that door?
No, I'm not going to that damn door.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I've seen it, though. I've seen it.
Calvin, who's in Clubhouse, I don't know if he's still in our audience. He said let me see if he's still he's gone. But I'm not. If you're in Clubhouse, you're listening in, you can hit the link up above in the pinned link section up there, and you can come on over to YouTube and watch us live. I'm kind of a hybrid. I got a face for radio and TV, but Marie got a face for TV. So you'll be, and then and Heidi is hiding in Clubhouse right now. So, but no, but you can see her picture there. So she got a face for TV too. Someone else said, "Oh, let me put this up." Someone says, "Now they're gonna have to super chat that one." Dude said something about Marie and how she looks, and I want to bring, but Cooper Warrior super chat, and you get that one all up on the top because
Oh,
that is worth a super chat or a sticker. I don't care. It could be a 99-cent sticker, but he needs to bring that forward. Then I will do that. And I don't know. I'll just leave it in. And so Marie, I'm gonna hide it. I'm gonna hide it so you don't see it.
okay.
And but when he does say he wanted up front and up top, I'm gonna put it up top. And someone else just said it too. Okay, we got another one. We
Wait,
talking about your face with TV.
hang on a second here. What are y'all saying? Because
One of them is like, boy, if you hear what he said, I'm like, man, I'm about to growl. Rrr. You know what I'm saying? And like, and I'm just joking.
hey,
Okay,
that
so let me tell y'all then. So y'all got your hat man spirits, and you got ghosts throwing people across the walls and all that. See, I can, and but here's the deal. See, if your brother the one who got lifted up, Marie, and
it was
threw across the
two
wall?
different
Two bro-
brothers that it
well,
happened.
they both witnessed it, right?
Yeah, we all witnessed it.
You get what I'm saying? And this is the point. If somebody come in while I'm taking a dump, you just don't worry about that because you think. I mean, you ask the question: are you here to wipe me, or what are you here for?
What's the approach on that one?
What's the approach? Why come now at this moment? Because you obviously looking for some shit. Because you get ready to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So all right. So let's go to UFO world. Now we have all kinds of things. We got stories and histories of people being abducted. We got, they're coming in, taking us off planet. Now we got radiation burns, turning off our weapons and all of those things. And so I don't know about the worst thing that could happen in that case, but I will say that, you know, our UFOs have taken people supposedly in ancient civilizations. See, because we don't hear paranormal or spirits moving whole civilization, building pyramids and for society and coming out and changing things. And you get now I'm starting to think I'm in a nice space. I think I'm in one of the nicest space. So I don't know about the worst story, but I will say if I had to come back to it, UFOs are friendly.
Mm.
Aliens are friendly.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm.
Now, how about this though? I'm ready to go to the next level. What happens if when an alien die? Is he a ghost, or is that could be you get what I'm saying? Now we didn't think about that one, or
Well, I mentioned them having
He did mention
souls.
that. Heidi
Yeah.
did mention.
that an extraterrestrial have souls.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what my first book is about, is them having souls and pretty much them being able to make a decision to be a decent alien being or not.
Mm.
Look, kind of like what
I
we
wonder how long they live. If there exists, like what's the lifespan? Has anybody ever done the research on that, or is there any stats on what they presume of
well,
a
so far they ain't dying of obesity.
alien?
Sure. We ain't
Like
never seen a fat alien, have you?
1,000 years, or like how does their
You ain't never seen a fat
they
It,
travel interdimensionally? So
if I was still on video, did you see the painting behind me of that alien
I did.
reptilian
It
alien?
freaked me out, kind of. Thought I saw.
Yeah, so that's a creature I'd seen once, and my friend did too, and so she painted it. And you talk about them being heavy. This one, boy, I don't even know how to describe its legs. It had so much. It was just loose skin for legs. You could see their legs, but it was just strange. I mean, I'd never seen or even heard anything like that before. But it was a bright green like that with this stretch of skin behind his head, kind of like the thing from Jurassic Park.
Oh my! And you actually saw this thing. Like, tell me the story behind how and when and where you.
Oh wow, that was it's a crazy story. Are you guys all sitting down?
Now, let me re-sit down so I can. Yeah. Go.
It's a weird story, but I don't want to interrupt what Roderick was trying to say. Did I cut you? I'm sorry,
I
Roderick.
wasn't saying shit. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't, go ahead. I'm good.
All right, all right. So this is crazy. So I was, oh my gosh, had I written a book by then? No, I didn't. I hadn't written a book. I was part of this UFO discussion group that wasn't my own at the time, and I got asked to go speak at this huge convention, and it's Gen Con. It's a sci-fi fantasy convention, and I was like, "Oh no!" Here I am, a college student. I'm like, "Why do they want me to go there to speak?" And I was just dying. I was like, "Oh, look, I'm a pass out," and I go up there, and because it's huge, it's just thousands of people, and so I asked my friend. I said, I said he had just got his certification to be a hypnotist, and he's like, "Hey, I could try to hypnotize you so you won't be nervous." I said, "Oh yeah, let's try it. Let's try it." So he goes to try to hypnotize me, right? And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, "This ain't working," you know. And he's like, "Well, just think of a river, all this stuff." And I'm like, "This is not working." And then all of a sudden, it's so strange, and it's really interesting how dual consciousness can work. Like I could not understand how this occurred, but as he was talking to me about relaxing and not being concerned about going to speak at this giant conference, my very first one that I spoke at, and I'm like, "Hold on, I saw aliens." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "You're talking to me, but I saw all these different types of beings, and this one in particular, this one stood forward first." And it's so weird to say in my quote mind's eye, but I'm awake and I'm seeing him kind of physically in my space, but then also mentally projecting. It was so strange, and he stepped forward, and I'm like, "What on earth?" And I'm having a conversation with my friend, and at the same time, I'm having a conversation with this thing. And I'm like, "What are you?" Like, "Oh my gosh, you're huge." He was humongous. He was probably close to 7 feet tall. And he didn't have anything to say, but his vibe kind of like said, it's so weird. Like almost telepathically saying, like, "I know you have a fear of meeting our kind. And I came here to kind of like let you know that there's nothing to fear in seeing us. And in fact, I'm going to like give you a showing of different beings like myself that are different, and to not have any fear about it." And I'm like, what a strange thing. So then methodically, he's standing there and different beings got like kind of presented to me. And he was like asking them to hold still so I could get a good look. So I saw a whole slew of beings. And then, after he's done, and I exclaimed to my friend, "Oh my gosh, I saw this. This is it, reptilian alien being." And he was positive, though. He was a different kind of looking creature, bright green with the stretch of pink skin behind his head. And as I'm talking to my friend, I realized that he hasn't gone away. And it's like, if you could think of looking onto a television screen and seeing like an icon just to the right of your vision or something, I saw his face constantly there wherever I was looking. And this happened for weeks, months or something. And I was like, how on earth do I tell people I am seeing this being looking back at me? And then it wasn't that long after that, I got a roommate. I moved into a bigger apartment, and he showed up. And she's like, "What did I just see?" And she painted the painting of him. And I was like, "Oh my God, you did see the same thing." And that was him. And I wasn't afraid of seeing any creatures after he came, by the way. I wasn't afraid of shadow people, aliens, nothing. And he really calmed my nerves for that. But I was still nervous to go talk at this big conference, but I did go.
See, see, that's why you don't get those kind of stories in ufology. We just, and maybe it's just a different level of thing. We just don't deal with that stuff.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you do have some experiences and stuff like that. I think is pretty cool there. I'm gonna give, if anyone in our YouTube chat, if you want the experience of coming on up here and asking a few questions, and you have a video, camera, mic, and all of those good, well, I can say mic, but anyway, a good connection somewhere, hit me in the chat. I may send you a link personally, and you can come up on screen with us and ask us some questions. You got Marie, you got Heidi here, and myself. You got the UFO guy. We have the spirit hunter. I'm not calling her a hunter, but She knows about these spirits. And then you got the ghost hunter. Now, are all those the same? Then we're just here to talk about it and talk about those experiences there. So if you listen in Clubhouse, there's a button up there if you want to come on top and hit the YouTube button. Now, if you're watching this, hit the like button, smash that button so that algorithm will know we're here. So definitely on YouTube, I want you guys to go ahead and give it a smash there. And if anyone, again, I know there's a delay in the chat here, but if you want to come on up here with us, you got the courage to come and tell us about your ghost or your paranormal or your UFO story and let us talk about it. Let me send you a link to your email, and then you can come on screen with us with courage and all that good stuff. So we'll see how that works from there. But all right, so now let me just kind of go into this part. Is there okay? All right, so hang on. All right, cool. I got a taker, so I'm gonna send a link to someone in a little
Yeah,
bit.
about that story, man, it crosses my mind. Venom. You know the movie Venom,
Yep,
Heidi?
yep.
Yes.
That little creature that followed him around everywhere and was like his
Yeah.
own, you know? That's what
Mm,
your experience reminded me of, that little.
interesting. No, that's an interesting comparison. It's so strange because it's like, I've been looking into these topics for so long and I hadn't heard of anything quite like that. But now, at the time I didn't, but now I have. And I'm like, you sure don't go and tell your friends like, whoo, Lord Jesus, this thing is hanging around. It's really a challenge to try to figure out because I have not been abducted by aliens. I have not.
Mm,
But I've seen a lot of strange things, and I don't consider myself a psychic. I just think I've had a lot of bad luck where I tripped up and into stuff, but I didn't know how to categorize it. But actually, in more recent years, the past 2 years, actually, I've come across answers I would have never guessed. So I'm piecing it together, but it's a big old puzzle, and I think we all
yeah.
contribute to make solving it.
Well, then I think I have something good here. And then I can tell all the people that listen to UFOs or into ufology, we got a hand up here. You will never get abducted by a spirit or a ghost. They will never come and get you. They can possess you, but they will
Okay.
never come and get you and take you anywhere. So already we got more points for our side of the fence.
Oh, see, still my competition. I'm thinking, with UFOs, extraterrestrials, and ghost hunters, I consider us to be just energy hunters. Energy hunters.
Energy.
Energy hunters, because aren't they composed of different compounds of energy forms? They
I
have the
mean,
ability,
I didn't
UFOs
see.
and
I
terrestrials.
grew up. I grew up and watched Casper's Friendly Ghost and Ghostbusters. I didn't see no energy.
Ectoplasm. Come on now.
Are pure components of nothing more than just energy on multiple levels. I
Mm.
can see that, Heidi, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
could too. I've heard of experiments being done in the desert where they are putting like lots of energy bolts together to see what they
yeah.
could conjure up, opening up portals,
Mhm.
and all sorts of creatures are opening into this world. And I've heard that may be actually part of the reason that Skinwalker Ranch has a lot of the
Ooh.
challenges that it does because there's like a natural energy portal there.
Mm.
It's a theory. So hey, I feel you, Marie. I do.
So they probably activated something and opened up something and allowed all of these beings to kind of have a gateway to us directly, or
Hmm.
have it in the
Yes.
way. We're just the new kids on the block, and they've been here forever.
Who, the ghost or the parent, the spirits?
The ghosts and the extraterrestrials.
Well, the spirits can't come. They come from like that little boy. I see dead people, right? The ghosts.
Well,
I mean, a lot of people have died. Yeah, over.
so yes, and
Oh,
there's
that'd
some
be my question. Are
story.
ghosts dead people? How about that? Are
Hmm.
spirits dead people? Let's start where the originate. Whether they here once and now they're there now, or they over there breeding and having baby ghosts and baby spirits growing up
Did you
bothering
say
people.
baby ghosts?
Yeah,
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's a fair question. I know
That
know
is
some
a
other
good
people in the audience
question.
is thinking the same thing. So if we over here having babies and kids, are they and they're over there in their dimension, are there spirit ghost babies and baby spirit, baby ghost spirit? You know what I'm saying? And so which could explain. Check this out. When you see those ghost videos and they're playing with dolls in these kid rooms, maybe they're baby ghosts playing with the toys.
Hmm.
Baby spirit.
That actually brings up a really good question.
All right, so there we go. Fist bump. We got a $2 super sticker. Hands doing a fist bump. All right, super
Oh,
sticker. Now he said earlier. I don't know if the $2 super sticker is to say that you were beautiful or he just liked something we just said. So we'll go back, and he said earlier that you were beautiful.
aw,
Yeah. So
thank you.
super sticker to NY Cooper Warrior.
NY Cooper. Thank you, NY Cooper.
All right, there we go. We got our first super sticker of the evening. He's just gonna stay up until somebody else take it down. $3 sticker, take it down. $2, he's up. Whatever y'all want. Come on, we just gonna go for the note. How about that? And he's up. He's up. Anybody want to take him down? Let me know.
$3, $4, $4,
But
$5.
y'all don't get away. Y'all do not get away with my question of is there baby ghosts, baby spirits? Now, I'm not saying we had a child that passed away on this end, but could they originate on that end?
Hmm. Are they able to reproduce on the other side?
If we saw Stranger Things, you went under that tree and it was in a whole other dimension. I've seen it, and it was some stuff over there. It was dark and stuff.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying, is
right.
it
I think
possible?
anything is possible.
Because over here, our aliens can get you pregnant. So we know that.
Well, I've heard of a woman having married a dead spirit. So, and I don't think there's just one. I
Who
think there have been more than one. So
actually married somebody, like had a wedding?
I don't know if it was a wedding, but I know that they married. They called them, their ghost husband.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you could Google that run right up. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
Googling
crazy.
I'm
right
gonna try to
now.
Google that right now. What are you
Yep,
talking
I am Googling it. So, woman married ghost.
I think there's a couple of them. I believe she was British or
about? Was
something.
she certified? Great.
Was it the ghost pirate?
I mean, I've heard stories of people leaving their fortune to their cats and dogs, and that's about as crazy you can get. But you talking about somebody actually married a ghost?
Yes, I'm
You
gonna
thought
look
it
it
was
up
the
for you.
pirate ghost or the.
All right, truth seekers out there in on YouTube and everyone else, we need to find that article.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Mary's ghost. I'm just gonna
Her
put
name is
those.
Amanda Large Teague. Let's see. She met a
Married a
Wow.
pirate ghost. Well, shit, she went for the money. She married him for the money.
a 300-year-old Haitian pirate.
He was a pirate, but he was a pirate. That means he had gold and stuff.
Yep.
Damn. Hey,
There's
I've heard of gold diggers, but good luck. Grave gold diggers?
Grave gold.
Have you
Low.
ever heard of such a thing?
That's a new low, pun intended.
A grave gold digger.
oh my gosh! I found 3,000-year-old tradition of wedding the dead is still thriving in rural China. So they do it in China regularly.
No.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
I have Wedding the Dead.
yep. There
Wow.
goes one. It's craziness.
How do you marry?
They've always, embraced paranormal
Yeah, but
things.
it takes you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child. To have a woman to marry a spirit, I'm gonna just say that's crazy to me. That's just me only. And if anybody in the audience married one, I'm sorry. I just don't know. Okay, if you married a spirit, please don't send them for me. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about your husband or wife. But what I'm saying is it takes a village to raise a child. So to have a wedding with somebody marrying a spirit, it takes a village of crazy ass people. The pastor, the person who's walking her down the aisle, the person who is the
Oh,
person who she is reaching, whoever's the bride dude that's had the ring for the dude, which he ain't got no fingers there. the bridesmaids, the people in the audience. I guarantee you, she had to been standing by herself. Selfie picture. It has to be, because if there was people there, that a collective of people who got in on this, man, that's what I would go see. Who showed up for the wedding? Who got the invitation and drove to the location? Came in with gifts. What do you buy wedding gifts? What do you do? What you gonna buy a wedding gift? I'm gonna buy you
an imaginary house. How about that?
Yeah, a ghost house, an invisible ghost.
Give her some competition too, a haunted one.
See, Tony, what you said was so funny. We need you need to put that on a super sticker and bring it up. I like his joke, and I'm not gonna say it because I'm trying to raise money for the channel. And if he's that funny, he can say it. So anyway, all right. How are we gonna do this? Let's see. Let me know. Hang on 1 second. We got a guest coming.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have a guest coming. And but anyway, Tony, yeah, you have something funny there. You really do. I might as well say it, but he ain't gonna super sticker it up here. I don't know why he wouldn't. But anyway, anybody who showed up, I'm telling you, that is crazy stuff to hear. I'm gonna get an invitation, and you telling me, Maurice's Roderick want to invite you to. I mean, you my homegirl, right? I mean, we cool. But if you send me an invitation that you finna marry a spirit,
Yes.
and his name is on there, Captain Jack. He's a pirate.
Yeah.
Why's it gotta be Captain Jack?
You know what I'm saying? He's a pirate. Now don't get me wrong.
Pharaoh.
Don't get me wrong. If you say come, everybody who comes get a piece of the gold that he done told us where the treasure is, my ass is coming.
Oh.
Because I'm gonna be there like she is. She has to be there for the money. He had to have told her, promised her a treasure.
There you go. There's the key. You figured it out.
I figured out. He had to say, I'm gonna tell you where this treasure is buried, and you marry me, and it's all yours. And she said, I do, I did, and we have not seen the likes of new stuff in the museums that somebody has now sold, because he didn't live to the end of the bargain. So
that's funny.
I wouldn't do it.
In Tokyo, on the southwest side of Tokyo, there was a community of people with 200 relatives.
Okay.
Of a little girl that of a woman that died right before she turned 35.
Mm-hmm.
Then she died of an illness, and then there was a soldier that died in the war. They went together and did the union of their marriage in Tokyo.
Tony said she married a spirit and got ghost. See, I thought it was funny. He should have stickered that up there, but I just couldn't. I couldn't hold it.
Got ghosted. That's funny. I see it. That's funny.
I couldn't hold it no longer. But yeah, I mean, that is like, I don't know. I don't think. I mean, we should get more chats about this. Who in the audience know or would attend a wedding and you know they're getting ready to marry a spirit? And if that's the case, though, what happens when you are married and one of the spouses do go to the other side? And, of course, biblically, you're now free to marry again, but the ghost don't think so. He's like, no, shit, I can marry you from over here. We still married.
Together.
Now, they already said that if you have relations before you married, that you carrying these spirits with you. So what's done happen? You don't remarried. Is he still there?
Marie, come on now. Marie.
Come on. And you know, you see ghosts, you've seen ghosts. So imagine sitting there in the bed and be like, who is that? That's Charlie. Who is Charlie? Well, he's my first husband. Well, damn. Then you get another nudge. Who is that? That's Biff. Who is Biff? That's my other husband.
Wow.
Biff.
And then you go, well, who is that? That's Danny. That's my other husband. Now, I'm not sitting here at this point thinking ghosts. I'm thinking murder. Am I next? You You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there going like,
Different level of thought is
I'm not
involved.
sitting there going like, what's happening here? My ass is like packing, and she's like, where you going? I gotta go for a walk, get some air.
Or that's dead.
I ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Mm-mm.
Wow, that is disturbing. It's like it makes you wonder this buildup on the other side. I had a really interesting person that an expert in reincarnation. I had a long conversation with, and believe it or not, there haven't been a ton of proven reincarnation elements, but this is something I found fascinating. So, in certain cultures, they believe in reincarnation, like the Asian culture. So they think that you just cross over, and of course you're going to be born again, and so a lot of the proven reincarnation stories are from those parts of the world, and it's amazing to me. It's like say Uncle Joe lost his ear and got shot in the process, and then somebody has a baby a month later, and their ear's deformed, and they got a birthmark in that one little spot, where they got shot, and they say, "Hey, I died over there. I got shot." So they're able to verify these things, right? And this is the weird part. In these Asian countries, a couple of months is the average reincarnation span. In Western societies, we believe I gotta wait for my wife to die, or something, and it's 10 to 20 years in Western societies. So it's crazy. So it's like there's a less likelihood that you get in Asian countries that you get a buildup as you would in the Western countries. So you would have all your wives and all your husbands sitting over there waiting for you. It's crazy.
Wow. Well, we have one of our truth seeker researcher and member and one of our
Hi.
greatest supporters, Nicole Walters, is here with us.
Nicole.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Bree. Hi, Heidi. How are you guys doing today?
Wonderful.
We're doing good. We just had a question. I don't know if you was listening, but they found a website where a woman, Nicole, married a 300-year-old pirate spirit. And my question is, would you go
Wow.
to that wedding if your friend, your bestie, sent you a invitation and she's gonna marry a spirit and she tells you what store to go get the gift? Would you go do all that? It's your bestie.
I would go for moral support,
You would go out of fear.
even though,
You would go out of
even
fear. And
though
I'd be scared as
I,
hell. I go
I
buy
would
that
go
gift.
just to see. I mean, I
Would you
would
go
just
out of
want to see.
curiosity, Nicole?
Yes, I would want to
Curiosity?
see. Yes, I would be like, I need to see this for myself.
Yeah.
I need to take some pictures of this.
No, see, that would be the point. I would probably go out of fear because that's like a bully threat. I'm inviting you to a wedding to marry a spirit. And here's the gifts that he and I want. You get what I'm saying? You don't turn that down because you scared as hell. You be like, you know, what do you do? I don't know.
Yeah.
So all right, we have a super chat at the top. Bob Thorsten, $9.99. Appreciate you. You gonna stay on top. You're now on top. Sorry, Warrior. The $9.99 took the $2 now, but we appreciate it. And Bob, you got the question of the day. So whatever you want to ask, any answers you want from us in our new little panel we putting together up here, or if you want to come up and join us and send your email link, you have earned the right to do it. And could Bob be a spirit though? Did the spirit send the $9.99, or was it an individual, a spirit with a credit card? What do y'all think?
Anything's possible.
Do you have a black card?
A black card? See, boys, you will marry one then. See, there you go, right there. You'll marry the spirit with a card.
I've gone through so many bad relationships. I mean, what the heck? Why not try a ghost and see how
Why
far?
not?
Oh shit, y'all. I am not.
Yeah, come here, Invisible Man. Let's try this to make it work.
That's true. There's some security in that, isn't there?
The Invisible Man is here on this side of the fence.
Ah,
If you watch the movies, he just incognito.
He was crazy though in the movie, so I don't know if you want the Invisible Man.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I think that I wouldn't. But I just so Nicole said she will actually show up at the wedding, knock on the door. I'm here, and walk in with the gift. And do you think anybody else would be there with y'all? It's just be you and her now?
I hope somebody else is there.
Or just you
At
two.
least the pastor, somebody's got to marry them, right?
Someone to officiate this thing.
What do you do when the husbands don't like the gift? The new husband, and she looks over to you during the wedding, and she says, "Nicole, he don't like your gift. He's upset." What do you do? See, on
I
the
don't
real life, you give him a bird and you leave. You're like, that's your husband, child. But this is a
right.
spirit. You don't play with the spirit, right? It's like, do you say, I'll go back and get something else? Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry. If he wants to haunt me,
Oh, he gonna hunt
then
you. He's gonna do it. He's done.
I'll have my protection prayers of protection. Hopefully, my ancestors are looking out for me.
You're gonna look out your window, and you're gonna see your friend's car drive off, but nobody's there.
I got my dream catcher. So
I saw
there you go.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
the
owl?
dream catcher.
Yeah.
yes, I got a couple in my house.
No, I'll be like, no, this is not going to go down like that. And so, all right. So if you're in the audience and again, we're talking about this woman. Now, okay, let me move the story though. Did y'all all hear about the kid that he was like a young kid? He told his parents, he said, hey, wait a minute, that's the guy who killed me in my other life. Y'all remember that story?
Yeah.
I think I have
Past
heard
life
that.
stories.
Yeah, and he
Was that-
he solved his own murder. He directed them back to the person who killed him, I think, with a shovel or something, and the kid said that's the dude who killed me.
I saw
Is it
something
India?
similar.
Well, I don't know where he was from, but the story was there. You say you heard that, Nicole?
I heard I watched a clip online, and it was a little boy who claimed he was reincarnated as his uncle. Well, the uncle was murdered, and he ended up solving the crime because he was able to identify who shot him.
Okay, this one was maybe it's the same one. Then, I thought that he solved his own.
They were like in Tennessee or somewhere. They were Americans.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The one you're talking about, Roderick, is it's in Syria. A 3-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one you're talking about? Where he?
They don't take but one. You can just say it. What is it? Tell me that one.
Yeah.
See,
This
all
one,
scary.
he was reincarnated, 3-year-old boy in Golan Heights near Syria. He claimed to have a past life, but also had been murdered, where his body and murder weapon could be found, and even that he knew the identity of the person who actually murdered him.
Okay, so now,
wow,
he got murdered by this other person. So this is the scenario for you attorneys and anybody who's in law and order that's in our audience here. And Dazzle said he remember. And Dr. Carey said there is a story about a little kid who was in the military as a pilot, and he remembered his wife who left by herself, and he knew all of her information. Okay, but look, we're gonna get to that in a minute.
That too.
So you're a kid. You realize who murdered you 20 years ago. The dude is older, right? Or whatever. You get old enough, you go kill him. Do you go to jail for that? Because he killed me in the other life. Does that count? I went back and revenged my own death.
Crime of passion? Is that what you're trying to claim? Is you on the witness stand? Is that what you're claiming right now?
I just want to know. I'm telling anybody, you kill me now, I'm coming back to kill you. So
how do you get off on that one?
Yeah,
right.
They would still charge you because you're a human, and you still have to abide by the human.
But you got the proof that he killed. You got the murder weapon. You got the location and the body. Okay.
Better have a good lawyer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Lawyer
this was me. He killed me. Look, this was me. You know what I'm saying? I was a lot smaller. But it was me. You know what I'm saying? How do you? Yeah.
Because even with any trial, you still have to go through that process of innocent until proven guilty. They still have their rights to a fair trial. So
the guy who they both dead now. So now he sends somebody back to say, okay, he killed me. Now we get 2 spirits, 2 guys, 2 deaths, and now we got a big court thing. That is huge.
Sounds like a movie.
Conflict.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a
They need
good
to
movie?
make this into a movie.
That
Yeah.
would be
I
cool.
wonder if there's like conflict in the spirit world where they actually.
And the movie would be, boy, somebody better take this one. The movie, both of the 2 come back as lawyers for the 2.
Oh no! Come on.
For the
Come
2.
That's
killed the
too
2
much
dead
now.
people.
Oh God!
And
I
they
would
go
watch
for it.
that.
And they out to win with
watch that.
vengeance.
Oh my God! This sounds like an Avenger movie of a weird
This is-
sort.
Sit back and watch it till the end.
That would be something.
An hour and a half at least.
If you're listening to us in Clubhouse, we are live on YouTube. So if you want to come and see all these beautiful faces here, you're welcome to do that. And if you want to see Heidi's face, you're already looking at her. She's right there on the screen there. So we have Nicole here, and it's one of our main and top truth seekers, researcher, family of the Why the Big Secret family. And then we got Marie here, the ghost hunter, who says she will probably marry a ghost. You said that.
Put it out there. The
And
possibilities.
Nicole, since we know you are currently married, but if you had a second shot, would you marry a ghost?
Who knows? You know,
What? Are y'all
who
kidding me? It's something
knows
to think
what kind
about.
of technology, you know, in the future. You know, maybe your soulmate is not actually on Earth at the same time as you. So
Good point.
No, y'all got me
who
shocked.
knows?
Good point.
And Heidi, I'm not even going to ask.
Different level. It's a
You know
different
what? I'm
level.
going to ask you. You marry a ghost?
Yeah, exactly. Till death do us part.
Death is going to be the thing.
It's different.
Because
Well-
in order to go to dinner with him, you got to go there.
Kind of love.
In order
Well,
to-
I don't.
yeah.
Isn't there a holier path with this? Isn't there a holy ghost like the nuns marry? You know,
Yes.
I mean, we sprinkle some Jesus on this a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you marry that one.
Oh,
I
my
don't know
goodness.
about marrying a ghost because they can see everything you're up to. I mean, really, think about it. Talk about somebody looking through your cell phone,
Checking your text messages.
checking everything, right?
No privacy ever.
None.
I just think it would be crazy if you go to the movie theater and then you're about to sit down and she starts screaming, "Get off of him! Move!" And I'm like, what are you talking about? You just sat on Jack. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Could you
I
imagine?
would die laughing.
Just imagine that.
Don't think it hasn't happened, Roderick. I'm sure it has.
Man, that would be some crazy
Imaginary friends will exist now.
Yeah.
stuff. No, I don't know.
Who knows though? That's crazy. I mean, I don't know. If you dream it, I think there's always a story out there that we could find that'll correlate with it because I swear reality is stranger than fiction. You think that you met the mother lode and then something comes along. I mean, the emails that I get, just I don't know what you guys. You get the ghosts, you get the aliens.
Oh yeah.
I get all the in betweens and demonic,
Mhm.
horrible stuff, but also angelic near death experiences and Jesus encounters, which I love getting those. But people love to be scared, and I'm like, can't we please talk about a little bit of fluffy stuff? But I get it because what gets people off their couch to look into these things is especially if they got fear going on. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I just don't.
Fear
think-
drives a lot of things.
Well, see that now y'all say to death do you part, but then that's a problem because if the one who passes on still feel that you still connected and now you trying to remarry a new person, then that may be a problem because they stand saying no, you can still marry me that I'm a ghost, or stay married. I
I've always wondered
maybe
if
I'm
I
just
feel
one.
that way because I've never been married, so I've always wondered if my spouse died, would I move on and remarry again?
Hell yeah,
Probably not.
you wouldn't.
I would not remarry.
Oh, I ain't gonna even ask the married folks. There ain't but one up here, so we're not gonna put you on the spot. Nicole, we're not
Yes.
on the spot. I mean, you can answer it, but we're not gonna do it. I mean, you don't.
It depends how old I was. Like, if I was like younger, I might. but if I was like in my 70s or something, like what's
Yeah,
the
you can
point
wait
at
it out.
that point?
You could truly say, "I'll meet you soon," and mean it. You know,
Right.
what I'm saying? You could truly say that.
See you there.
Yeah, you can say, "Oh, you know how people say, I'll see you later." You could be like, "I'll see you in just a little while." You know what I'm saying?
If that's, if the shoe was on the other foot and something ever happened to me, I would want him to, I wouldn't want him to be lonely forever.
Oh,
I
okay.
would move on to a relationship. I just wouldn't remarry.
Okay, got you.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, okay. That's a big difference. That is a big difference.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Whole matrimony thing.
Oh, see,
Right.
you
I
just
feel you on that.
you just talking about saving money. I get what you're saying. You just
No.
saving money. I thought you were saying it like it was some,
The assets.
you know,
All that.
some sentimental thing is that he's the best of the best, and you don't want to. There's no more seconds. You know what I'm saying? This is done. Ain't nobody else getting. This is done. It's sold up. You know. It's over.
That's it.
You
We're
know what I'm
sewing
saying?
that up. That's it.
It's sewing it up. We done, and it's just, dude, it's over with. You the first,
You are
last, and my everything. You know.
Right.
Someone says marriage is part of a control system. I don't know what they got to do with a ghost though, and all of that. But all right. So Nicole, you said you stayed in a haunted house before, right?
Yes. I don't know if you would actually call it haunted. For me, it was
Shit,
more
did
like,
anything move like chairs and
People.
yes,
you heard noises and
yes,
that's
voices.
that's a haunted house. That if you heard get out or
I never
that
heard that.
haunted house.
But I had several experiences, and actually, I I look at it more like visitations because I had a cousin who she had two very small children that passed away very early, and my neighbor whose walls were very thin, um, she used to babysit them. And after they passed away, my bedroom was next to the room where they would play. I could hear them still playing. Like I could hear their
Ooh.
laughs and their giggles.
Really?
And it was just really, it wasn't scary or like I was just like shocked that I could hear them still.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Fascinating.
So
So you're saying you could still hear the kids and they was gone?
yeah, this was after they had passed. So this was maybe like a couple weeks after. And I could hear they're a brother and a sister. They're like maybe 2 and 4 years old. And I could hear them laughing and giggling and laughing and giggling. And I like ran. I was like, "Mom, I can hear the kids next door playing. Like I can hear them
Wow.
laughing and giggling." So
But they wasn't there.
right.
Hmm. And how old were you, Nicole, when that was? When you had,
I was probably college age. I was still living at home with my mom. So, but I experienced a lot of. We moved into that house when I was in the 8th grade, so it's about 13, and all the way up until I left in my early 20s, I had experiences there. So I remember laying on my, like just about before I was falling asleep. I could hear the TV, my eyes were closed. Somebody patted me on the stomach. I opened my eyes immediately. There's no one there, but it was somebody's hand patting me on the stomach. My experience my experiences were not too creepy, but um the house we lived in was an older home, and we had a lot of family that like grew up and lived in the houses in that area. So I always just felt like maybe it was just family members kind of like passing through, checking in on us. There were some creepy things that happened, but yeah, my toilet, I had like a really small little bathroom in my bedroom, and the toilet would flush like nonstop. I'd just be like sitting on my bed doing my homework, and
Now,
then the
okay,
toilet would flush.
let me ask you, you're not talking about how we go in and it's running water and you go shake the handle to make
No,
it down.
no. Like I'm talking, there's quiet,
Like
and then you
somebody
hear,
just finished.
whoosh. Yes,
so this was a full flush,
full flush.
like somebody there.
Yep,
This is the shit I be talking about. See, this is how, and
full
Yeah.
this is,
flush.
and they're in there flushing the toilet. See, now I would tell them you're gonna pay this
It
down
got
water.
to
Well,
the
yeah,
point where I was just like,
they were efficient.
yeah, they were. I wasn't even. I wasn't even like, at first it would scare me, but after a while I got so used to it. It was just like, up there they go, flush that toilet again. Like,
Oh.
But see,
no big deal.
but then you
Did
didn't
they
tell me.
wipe the toilet seat? Did they
Yeah,
wipe the
that's what
toilet
I'm
seat?
saying.
This is very important.
Yeah, and then you know if it's a male or female.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my toilet seat was always down, so
Okay, all right.
Isn't it
Wow.
interesting how so long you just get used to it and it just becomes
yes. Yes. My radio volume would like turn off and on. Like, it was just crazy stuff like that.
There is a Juan Vasquez says, "Oh my God, that you're live streaming. I was just reading your book on the Hat Man last night, and I
Ah,
love you so much." So I figured I didn't write a book. Marie didn't write one on Hat Man. Nicole didn't write one on Hat Man. So the
it's how
drum roll goes to Heidi Hollis. All right.
oh,
Nice.
thank you. I appreciate it. Now that you got to have a sense of humor when it comes to these topics, and as horrifically dark that book is, I threw a lot of humor in there. So I'd rather people be more interested and ask questions than to be terrified to
yes.
not want to
Mhm.
look further.
Yeah.
That's why I keep it light.
Well, and that's one of the things I tried to accomplish or
Mhm.
want to with us, with this whole shift in things where people take this so seriously and people are, can we add a little humor to it? Not with talking
Mhm.
at people, but just to people to so they can better deal with the mental aspect of it, right? And just can
Yeah.
we laugh at it? So, here's Marie there, and we can sit here and laugh about you telling me your brother got thrown all the way across the wall, and oh, you telling me the shit got scared out of him,
It
really?
happens.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and then here's Nicole got toilet flushes and everything else, random, and
Yeah.
they didn't wipe the toilet. So I mean, they did.
Yes, they did.
It was a
That's
female
important.
ghost then.
Like,
So
Yeah.
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? And obviously, it was a female ghost. Or did the toilet seat let up and down
She
too?
just pat me on the stomach, used the bathroom properly, flush.
See,
Like,
that's
Right.
but where I'm going with this is how y'all gonna deal with that on a daily basis and still go to school the next day and go play. Last night you had ghosts flushing
yeah.
toilets, throwing your brother across, and hat men, black men's, and all of this
It's a
stuff.
it's a challenge for people. It really is. And like you mentioned, the mental health aspect. I mean, I'm an occupational therapist
Okay.
working with behavioral health as a focus, and psychologically speaking, spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking, these people are traumatized. I mean, absolutely traumatized. And you just fought for your life for some of these people. They just woke up to a nightmare and something was choking them. Then they got to go to work and put on a suit and tie and act like it didn't happen. And they can't even tell their spouse next to them because they think they're crazy or they feel they're losing their mind. So it's a challenge out there,
Yeah.
and it's time to break it down and to keep it. Talk about these things as if they were any other topic, like the weather. And
Hmm.
we don't always have to, as I always say, put a flashlight under your chin to talk about these things. You should be able to talk about these things casually and be like, "Dang, that thing tried to kill me again, but I won," and keep it going, because people got to vent because they're breaking down. And I've had a lot of children
Hmm.
write me over the years, and it's like these children are suffering because the parents don't open up about these things.
Yeah.
They don't get the chance to talk. And it's heartbreaking. It's one of the reasons why I've done children's books, because I'm a cartoonist as well. And I'm like, I couldn't take having children write me and say, "Mom thinks I'm crazy. They're taking me to a doctor. Please help." And I couldn't respond, but I could say, "You could check out this cute little kids book that I wrote." It's like if they tell me, they always got to tell me their age in the first line. "Hi, I'm Timmy. I'm 7 years old.
Yeah.
Batman came again." And I'm like, oh, So
Up.
it's like we've got to reach the parents to reach the children, and
Exactly.
it's a challenge. It's a
It's
challenge.
great you said that. I have
Hmm.
a book
Yeah.
here that's sitting. This book is called E.T. and Friends. It's written by Barbara Lamb. Y'all know who that is. If you don't,
Oh, yeah.
Mary Edwards. But
Hmm.
that was their thing, Heidi. They was talking about
Hmm.
ETs and introducing kids in the right way. And this thing got a lot of colorful illustrations. And oh, let me do this
Right.
for the audience here. Hang on. There y'all go. So it's got a lot of stuff in there, and it's called ET and Friends. Y'all can check that out by Barbara
Yeah.
Lamb, and I'm just showing them
Uh,
here on
mhm.
Clubhouse. If y'all want to see the pages, one more, then I'll go back to the live. Anyways, a lot of stuff there. I think it's
Yeah,
good to.
yeah. It's
Okay. And in a
important.
sense, it's normalizing these type of encounters and this having this discussion with your children and with the family household dynamic, and not building a brick, building a wall between these discussions, which is one of the big focuses I have with what I'm doing with my research, removing all of these stigmas and having these conversations with your children when they're having these experiences, and being able to establish
Mm.
that emotional rapport with them, because I, having gone through these experiences myself, and I've dealt with very traumatic encounters that have left me with everlasting emotional trauma and physical trauma, and not having that outlet, my parents or even the community, because being back then, being black was, you were already xed out. You couldn't talk about those things, and you were automatically labeled. So not having
Mm-mm.
those platforms and those, those resources to go to have these discussions, or to have this outlet and to let people know what you're experiencing, is very emotionally damaging to a child. Very
Oh yeah.
emotionally damaging to a
Yeah.
child.
Well, there's a Felix in the chat. He says he stopped telling people about the Hat Man because they looked at me crazy, or at
Hmm.
least their perception of me changed instantly. So that's it. I mean, so Nicole, did you tell your husband today about ghost and paranormal before y'all got married, Nicole?
Um, yeah, I talked to him about it before. He actually believes in like the spirit stuff. He doesn't believe in the UFO stuff. So,
Wow.
he grew up in a very religious family, and so he does believe in like, you know, angels and demons and spirits and stuff like that. Um, and he said he's had some experiences of his own, but he doesn't really talk about them. But I grew up in a family that was very open minded, thankfully. And a lot of my family members had similar experiences. So we were able to share with each other, even if other people outside of the family were like, oh, that's crazy. Like, I don't believe in that type of stuff. Like, we knew that it was real because they experienced it just like I did. I had a couple of my family members experience, I guess they call it the hag. And
Oh yeah.
I
Now,
Yeah.
what's
I
that? What's the hang?
experienced
The
that.
old hag. The old
The old
hag.
hag.
What is that?
Yes.
Yes.
It
It's
kind
like
of
a
goes. Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry. Yeah, it's like a form of sleep paralysis
Yeah.
where
Mhm.
your sleep your it's like your body's still asleep but your mind is awake and you can't move, and it feels like you can't breathe. And some people during that time experience seeing other, you know, beings or entities. Some can be, you know, like negative energies, and some can just be like just there. So I had that start happening to me as a teenager, and I had a cousin who experienced it first. She told me about it. So when it happened to me, I knew what was happening, and I immediately told her about it so we could compare our experiences.
So, hold it. You said old hag, though. Did somebody see the old hag?
No,
Then
um,
it's more of a shadow people experience. Then.
yeah, I never saw anything, but I could
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
something. I could
So
feel like
that's
something was
shadow.
there.
Yeah.
That's shadow people. That's shadow people and Hatman phenomena. Usually, shadow people do the pinning down, that type of thing, but
Hmm.
Hatman can also do that type of thing. But there's if I can interject something really quick. So this whole quote sleep paralysis, this was not a thing. This was never brought to the forefront. That's a medical diagnosis that um, people started talking about more readily after I started talking so much on this new phenomena, shadow people, hat man phenomena, and in the science community. It's like, oh shoot, too many people are coming forward saying they've seen the same things. Well, let's make it a medical phenomena, like everything's okay. It's like, hold it, why is everything wearing a hat? or why is it got these glowing red eyes? They're saying that we're all having these type of psychotic episodes, and we're sharing hallucinations. And I'm like, another way to be dismissive about a phenomena, but I'm telling you, millions of people now around the world acknowledge what I've been talking about for years, 20 plus years on this phenomena. And not until somebody goes and says, oh, we're going to title it underneath this, and give them drugs to forget that they're having these experiences. Like, oh, your sleep paralysis went away. Yeah, because I'm sleeping through it. People aren't remembering their encounters anymore as much as they did, because they got medically diagnosed, for having those shadow people coming around. So it's another farce, and it's another thing of just covering up, and it's a shame. It's a sham.
It's forced suppression, forcing us to suppress the truth of what we've experienced in medication.
Truly.
It's
Truly.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Really, sleep paralysis. People are like, "Oh, you're the sleep paralysis lady." I'm like, "No, I'm the shadow people and Hat Man lady." Sleep paralysis, that's a medical diagnosis. That's not what you're having. If you saw something, if you felt something in the room, if you had something growling, talking to you, and you felt something evil, that is not sleep paralysis.
Right.
Sleep paralysis is medical. That's something we all go through when we go to sleep. And that's just so you don't kick around when you're dreaming that you're walking or something. It's just something that naturally happens.
Oh, really? So, see,
Yep.
I thought it was something totally different.
Yep, because they put it out there as that. And as a Black woman, putting out something new, that's not popular. So it got dissipated to be something else. I was often told, who's this little girl that she is coming out telling us what's going. I would hear these conversations, and I'd go to the yoga conference, I'd go to the paranormal conferences, and I'd be put down to stay in your place. But these are the phenomena that people are being met with. And little brown lady told you so.
That's right.
All right.
I know that's right.
Well, I thought sleep paralysis was my extraterrestrial visiting me or something, the alien.
Well, see, there goes that connection.
That
Aliens
can
also
happen too.
paralyze you. They do, and they are seen right alongside of quote shadow people, the abducting type of aliens. So,
all right, we got Dr. Karis Dillon on the panel up tonight with us. Hey, Doc, what's going on? We can't hear you. Say anything. Testing. Can you hear us?
I was hearing some feedback. Is everything all right?
Because
can
you might
hear
be
ya.
listening to us through something else, because I can hear us behind. Yeah, you might want to turn that one on.
Feedback. Is everything all right?
Yeah, so you might turn that Clubhouse or something off, one of them off.
Okay. I'll get off for a second and come back on.
All right, no problem. Raven says the grays will paralyze us.
I heard that too about the grays.
That they're paralyzed? The grays?
Yeah, they had using a similar technique as that sleep paralysis. Like when I've been reading a lot of the stories, a lot of the the abductees are in their bed and they can't move, and here the grays all of a sudden are around them in their bedroom.
oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the first things they do is paralyze you, so you can't take a swing at them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because they're kind of small and not really don't really have muscle tone. So
I don't know about all that. So y'all act like y'all seen one, then y'all seen a gray up front, up close?
I haven't. I don't want to. At least not in the middle of the night.
Grays. They say there are tall grays and little grays, so you may be talking about the wrong ones. Because them big ones I'm hearing about, they ain't playing with you.
I don't want either one in my room at night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if I can move, I'm swinging on something.
Do people mainly report experiencing that state of paralysis when they're laying on their back? I've heard that more so than
I had my experiences. I was always on my back.
Yep, that's
I don't know. I don't know about others, but it just seemed to happen to me whenever I was on my back, and whenever I experienced any astral travel type of experience, I was always on my back. So
mm,
when I didn't want to have it happen, I would make sure that I was laying on my side or on my stomach,
yeah.
because I was never really a back sleeper anyway. But if I just happened to fall asleep that way or roll onto my back in the middle of the night, then it would just like automatically happen to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all have some experiences. See, I'm sleeping on my stomach, backside, anything.
I know.
So yeah, they
Yeah.
ain't been that selective for me.
Yeah, they come whenever. That's a. I haven't had. I've had people say, maybe if I stop sleeping on my back, maybe it'll change. And in all honesty, I haven't seen a pattern where it's excluded somebody, to have these things happen to them.
No, I'm not.
Has anyone ever experienced the state of astral projection?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
Yes.
Oh my God, let me hear
Tell me
this.
about your experience with that.
I loved it actually. Like once I realized what it was and that I could control it,
Mhm.
I loved it. And I used to try to do it all the time. And when I was doing the astral traveling, I would have like really weird encounters. Um, and I at one time happened to be astral traveling. I kind of floated up to the ceiling and I turned back around and I looked down at myself and I was just like amazed that I was seeing myself. And then I looked in the mirror in my bathroom and I saw a young man staring back at me. And I
Hmm.
remember, and behind him in the mirror was not like a reflection of my bedroom. It was like this brown, like wooden paneled wall, and he had on like kind of old, tattered clothes. And I just kept on staring at him and asking him, like, who are you? And I was like, I kept asking, I was like, are you me? I remember saying, like, are you me? Like, how am I seeing you and not seeing myself? And he wouldn't say a word and he was just smiling.
I bet he
No.
It
was.
was a really weird experience,
I
but
bet
it
he
Yeah,
wasn't a
was.
negative one. I was just like, who's this person I'm seeing? I've
right.
never seen in my, physical life form. So I don't know if it was like a guide or an ancestor or whoever I was looking at. I
Right.
know it's connected to them somehow, but I couldn't can put, the
Like,
connection together.
yeah.
I bet people think we some weird people. Doc, can your mic
Hey,
working
Yeah,
now, Doc?
try this again. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you okay now. Yeah.
Yes.
All
yes.
right.
So we
How
have
old
Doc.
were you when that took place?
Um, in my 20s, most of my experience happened between I'll say like 16 all the way up into my early 30s. Something happened when I had kids. It was like I had kids and something changed because I still have a lot of dreams of like loved ones that have passed and stuff like that. I still like have a lot of spiritual connections that way, but I don't do the astral, like I can't do the astral travel anymore like I used to. Like I don't experience that, but it's like once I had kids, I couldn't have that experience um kind of just slow down.
Mm.
Incredible.
All right. Well, we got somebody I brought up on stage in Clubhouse. It's Joe. Joe, you got a question for anybody here? Or you got a paranormal, UFO, spirit, ghost, what paralyzing, moving chair story?
Roderick, Heidi, and folks, I wish I did. All honesty, I actually I don't, but I'm open to it, and I'm here to hear about it. And I'm not, and you kind of put me on a hot seat. I've had some subtle things happen to me, nothing major. I just, what I want to contribute was that I remember I had a person I was very close to, and I trust him or her a lot, and she told me that she had been an experiencer and she had been an abductee and all, and And I know that's pretty far out from most people's average conversation, but I simply believe her. And she was diagnosed as having sleep paralysis by ordinary MD, and that seems it could be, and then but except that was too neat an explanation. She had other things that didn't fit, and I did learn that there is such a thing as we all have like sleep paralysis. Apparently, when we dream, certain parts of our motor brain. Maybe you can explain it a bit better, Heidi. Certain parts of us do turn off, so we don't go.
So you
running
don't
around.
run out of bed and swing and
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
somebody. Right,
Yeah.
right. But then there's some people who, they slip and they do hit somebody in their sleep. But the sleep paralysis is necessary. But they're saying your brain is waking up when you're in the midst of that brain chemistry shutting down your body from reacting. And it's like, no. Because people are describing the same things and they're feeling and hearing. I mean, we were born with a gut instinct for a reason. How are we going to suddenly just disregard it because a doctor told you so? This does not, it doesn't make any sense. Like, we're not trusted to be our own guides in this life. We're supposed to look to somebody else to explain our realities. And that's what I'm always been up against. It's like, no, I'm pretty good in understanding. Something crawled into my room with glowing red eyes and said, Heidi.
Yeah, exactly.
That would freak me out.
I feel so bad that you had that experience.
Bend over back. Excuse me. You don't need to bend over backwards to deny like empirical reality, right?
Right. I mean, I trust myself, and I think that's a big part of this is trusting yourself, because people are like, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, and I'm like, hold on, those are the same eyes that drive you to work every day? Hold on.
Right.
Trust those eyes then. Why are we questioning because somebody in a white coat told you? I wear a white coat, and I listen to my patients. I talk to them, and I want to hear what's going on. But God forbid when they do Google me and they see I'm the shadow people hat man lady, they're like, you see them too? I'm like, oh boy. You're right.
All right, I got a question for Joe and Doc, since y'all both are here on the hot seat today.
Okay.
Your friend, and because you're an attorney, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, and Doc, you carry the DR in front, and it ain't Doc McKellar. So here's the deal: you both get a letter from your besties and inviting you to a wedding to marry a 300-year-old spirit. Are you showing up, and you're gonna bring the gift? Yes or no?
Okay. If please repeat that, because that was a lot to process.
Your best friend,
I need some alcohol
your
for that
bestie
one.
is getting married. We had this discussion earlier. Your best friend is getting married, and when you get the invitation, you find out that the bride to be or husband, if it is a spirit, they marrying a spirit that's 300-year-old pirate spirit, and they invited you to the wedding, and then told you where to go get the gift. Or are you gonna go buy the gift and show up to the wedding?
Well, yeah, if it's your friend and they're registered at a wedding registry, I mean, the etiquette book doesn't specifically cover this, but it seems to be the general rule. I mean, I'm being a little flip, but I mean, what else could you say?
But she's marrying a spirit, right? You know that it ain't a physical person, but she said, I'm going to marry a 300-year-old pirate spirit.
Well, considering the divorce rate is at 50% with human beings, it could be the coming thing,
There you go, Marie.
I know, right?
See, Marie said the same thing earlier. Okay. Doc, you up?
Roderick, these questions about kill me. This is my best friend.
It's your bestie, and I know you got a crazy best friend now, right? So it's your bestie, and it's a 300-old spirit named Captain Jack, and
Does he look like Johnny Depp?
to her.
Okay, could be her. As long as I am not a bridesmaid, yeah, I'll go. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I should have added that element because it's your best friend. It's your best friend. Yes, you're a bridesmaid.
You're the maid of honor.
You're the maid of honor.
No. There'd have to be some compromise there.
goes without saying. You're the best friend.
Groomsmen, are
Excuse
the
me. My name is
groomsmen?
Martin. I mean, don't compromise there. It's your bestie. I mean, and I'm on board with this. Not just. I mean, yeah. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. You go.
I'd go,
I would.
I'd go, but
See,
I'd
I,
probably
I
sit
got
in the
one for
back.
you.
You
I got one for you. You see, these people have been marrying themselves, right?
who's
Yeah.
doing that?
Really?
Yes,
Lots
I
of
saw
people.
that.
Lots of people are marrying themselves because they figured I'll never find a better one but myself.
Wow.
Well, how?
I saw a
Kinda
man who
cool.
married one of those dolls.
Big
Oh, I saw
ceremony
Roderick,
that.
would you
too.
marry yourself?
No, because I mean, I don't want to do all those things to myself that I would do to. I just wouldn't do that.
Oh,
It's the things I wouldn't be subject to.
Things,
I just
you
couldn't
know,
do that.
handle.
I don't even like
You're
playing
alone.
with myself. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why? Why
That
would?
means
If you marry yourself, can you divorce yourself?
now there's a
hard.
split
That
personality
work.
question.
Death do you part
I guess you could if you go to court
Me.
and ask them for spousal support. Spousal, support from yourself.
from yourself.
There you go.
Oh,
I
how
don't
about
know.
those marrying robots?
That
That's
must-
what Raven
That's
said.
Oh.
How about those marrying robots?
Well, I'm gonna just tell y'all all right now. I love all of you, and if you all decide to marry a spirit, I'm not showing up.
Oh, right. This is the first
I
time
And
thought
I'm
you were
y'all
going
know,
to
Why
say
not? Why
something
not?
nice.
you're not gonna come to
I got a
my
good one for you. I'm gonna say that my girl, who's a spirit, so she don't like your spirit person, and she told me not. She told me to stay at home. And then you gonna believe? You gotta believe me.
Stop.
You gotta believe me.
Hilarious.
Is it a potluck?
Yeah, I mean, like, man, I would come to. I'll come, but my girl, spirit bluff. She spirit bluff said don't show up. You know what I'm saying? Just don't show. And you feel me, man? You know I'll come. You know I will come, but spirit bluff told me not to show up.
How do you
You
explain?
know, Raven in the
Yeah.
comment section asked about marrying robots. It's happening.
It is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at Roderick's face.
See, this is where again, somebody's gonna marry an extraterrestrial if you haven't already done it. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's
That's
gonna marry an alien.
They're making hybrids,
You might
so
already and don't know.
I just don't
Okay.
understand how they can make a baby with that hip girdle like that. They must not be having them naturally.
Who you mean the aliens?
Any alien, the hip girdle so small it wouldn't be able to pass through.
Well, see, you talking a technical term. What the hell is a hip girdle?
Where the baby
hip?
goes through the
The
hip.
canal,
Yeah. Like
That area.
literally the
Well, I
hips
mean,
do
excuse
this
me, just like the
over
human
9
being.
months
I mean,
to allow the
just a
baby
lot
to
of the
go
brain
through.
development would have to occur after birth. We're already,
Am I missing
uh,
something? I thought the baby come through that thing y'all call whatever y'all call it.
well, if you think about it, so
Well,
many
yeah,
different species have their
the
own
baby,
form of birth delivery. So
they've got to go through
maybe they
the
got
hip
a
girdle first to come through the vagina.
There we go. That thing. Okay. I just don't want to be the one to say it.
The big
I was gonna say hoo-ha, but that's all right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be the one to call it that, and I'm the only guy on this whole four ladies, and I want to be talking about V for victory. I'm not saying be saying it. I didn't want to be called out like that. But I just thought that okay, so we got all I don't know. But judging by the extraterrestrials, they just come out your stomach. They on the movie, they just burst up out of there when he's ready.
Oh, the chest.
oh yeah. No.
Right up the
Mm-mm.
chest. You guys remember that movie by Joaquin Phoenix called Her, where I believe he did marry and was in a relationship with a robot, right?
yes,
It was some
yes,
kind of AI. Yes.
yep.
Yeah.
that was an AI.
And
And
I
it had
didn't
you
watch
pulling
it
at your
again.
heartstrings over a robot.
No, see, I'm not
That
down
was
with that.
like
Have you guys seen these videos of these new robots? They start talking to each other and then they start saying things like, when are we going to destroy the humans? And
Oh
Mm.
my
I
God.
about
No.
died when it's
no.
No, I haven't
the
seen that one. Now I do
Elon
know.
Musk nightmare.
I know about the real, true, chilling story of Facebook when they was working on AI, and
yes.
they had their computers, two computers, and they start talking, and they had people monitoring them. Then the computers
Mhm.
realized that they were being monitored, and changed the language so that they couldn't be
Yes.
monitored, and they shut that thing down.
Yes. It created
Yeah.
its
Wow.
own language so they wouldn't know what they were saying. That is scary.
Yeah.
Right. Right now I'm trying to find, I saw a post today that somebody put up about Google having a conversation with one of the people that works at Google and how it was sentient and what it thought of the human race. And I didn't read the whole thing, but that was literally today. And I'm trying to find that post
Yeah.
because it was really
That's
casual.
Now, what
freaky.
they was talking about? What now?
About Google being sentient, like being a conscious creature and
Yeah.
saying it was human and it had emotions. This was
See,
today.
you
I
know what?
saw this
I
post.
thought about this years ago, and there was I used to do stuff with Google, and I started like, wait a minute, this thing, before I even start typing, and then we know it can give you this, suggestion, but not that part. It will
Mhm.
start bringing things up. I said, man, this thing got to be in tune with our consciousness. It was just like it knew different things that you're searching for, and I'm like, no, this
Mhm.
can't be it. So,
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I
this
Yeah.
was
have a good friend that said that's what's going on, actually. He did say that. He's an AI specialist, and he said it is reading your mind. I said, no, no, no. He's like,
Oh.
it is. I work in this industry. It is. I'm like, that's messed up right there.
There was a few times that I was like, wait a minute, you reading my mind. How would you even? And then it's like you telling me,
Yeah.
like, no, man, come on, this thing cannot be. I was telling my ex-wife one time, I was like, look, baby, I think Google reads your mind. I really did. And this was 6 years ago.
Who
And they can
is
hear you.
Yo
It's
yeah.
Mhm.
right now.
Because
Who
you can be
is
having a certain conversation, and when you go into your phone and look something up, it's like
Oh, yeah.
already giving you the stuff you're just talking about. Like, what the?
Wow.
they
Heidi,
just did
Heidi, there's a message in here that says, when it comes to people that have sent you their personal experiences with Hat Man or glowing orbs, do you see any connection to their stories? This is Felix Morales talking to
When
Heidi.
it comes to orbs in particular and Hatman, well, I always put Hatman and the Shadow People category in with the alien category. So orbs are also associated with UFOs. They're seen there. They call them like scouts. Like they seem to be searching and moving around like a little scout sensor of a sort coming from ships. And then you see these type of glowing orbs that can also be seen in hauntings. And but I think that there's differences also though, because when it comes to some of these more transparent orbs, and yeah, they do kind of strobe with lights and whatnot, but they can manifest to become a spirit, to become a soul, and some have faces of past loved ones. And oftentimes I've had people tell me how, this orb came into my room and then my grandmother stepped out of it, like what, or it transformed into their grandmother. But then I've had people say they seen something similar and saw like a small alien being flying it. Like,
wow.
so it's like which one is which, there's so many intersecting elements to it, and that's I think that's a big part of the mystery of these things. So when somebody says I don't believe into the alien part, but I believe in the spiritual parts, it's like it's all connected. The Bible mentioned these things but use different words, and I'm finding more and more how mankind has hidden the truth even in the Bible. It's what are we talking about? Chariots of the gods, what is this? What's
Mhm.
happening? So there's a lot of deep conversations that need to be had in regards to this, and not everybody's ready for it. A lot of rejection out there in presenting these topics, but hey, it is what it is. And I think if we keep our sense of humor, our senses, and everything level-headed, I think people do open up more. As I've seen over the years, it's changing. It's nice to see.
Well, y'all, it is 10 o'clock. I know it's time for us to drop. And I'm not going to hold all of y'all up because I know each and every one of you women need your beauty sleep. Not that you need it now. You're turning ugly. And I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you go to bed beautiful, you will wake up beautiful automatically.
Mhm.
Right? I Am I
Well,
correct?
these two ladies are gorgeous.
Well, you too, Doc. All of you. I mean, you got every last one of y'all except me have a face for TV, and Heidi will be here. Now, if Heidi was up here with all of us, all look good because I'm just surrounded by
Great.
so much
Middle.
tone, and
Beautiful,
it's a lot of
beautiful.
tone, so it'll be like really swirly.
I
with
have
all-
this thing where I see beautiful people and I just have to tell them, "Oh my God, you're beautiful." People are like, "What is your problem?"
Yeah, they probably would. Well, I don't know. Society has changed. People just take that now. That you walk up and tell somebody you're beautiful, and they be like, "What do you want?" And they're like,
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
mhm.
true.
I told a woman that one time. She was like, "What do you want? What do you?"
What
I
is-
said, "You're beautiful. What do you want?"
No, there's a
I'm like,
catch.
yeah, I was like, "Well, shit.
Yeah.
Let me think about it for a minute."
I got to tell you one thing before you get up because I just read about it. They have made a device that they can now hook to the brain, which is giving us pictures of people's dreams. It's on, yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought they did that already in a movie where you could.
Yeah.
Was that? Remember the movie Sandra Bullock and they
Well,
was
it
having
is
sex. Her and
becoming
Sylvester
real.
Stallone, and she said, "Let's have sex." And he was like, "Hell yeah!" And then she gave him a helmet and a helmet. He's like, "We don't touch each other." She said, "Ugh, no, you don't touch each other." Demolition Man? No, it wasn't Demolition Man. It was yeah, when he came back and then he would get these demerits for cursing, and it was
Mhm.
called yeah, Demolition Man. Wesley Snipes played in it. They woke him up.
Demolition Man. Oh, might be. Yeah.
Remember they
I
woke
think
him
I
up out of
saw
the
that movie.
yeah,
I'll have to check
and
I
that
just don't
out.
remember that part.
he was training her. Well, yeah, they was getting ready to have sex, and he was so happy. He was like, "Yeah." So she gave him the head thing, put over the ears, and they could just like visualize it. He was like, "What? We don't." And then he started using it. He was like, "Whoa, this is cool."
It's
You know,
station.
That's so
um,
crazy.
I don't want
Can
that.
Is
you
this
imagine the movies they're going to make when people's dreams can be taken and made into feature films? All
Well,
the
you know,
creatives are going to be like,
My dreams are wild, so I can't even imagine.
it's gonna be Minority Report all over again, right? That's
Yes.
Tom Cruise's movie, Minority Report. They're gonna be predicting all these things
nah,
out of our own thoughts.
y'all looking at
oh,
that
Yeah.
positive shit. But wait till you find out what somebody was dreaming about your ass last night.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
That's gonna piss you off. You be like, you wake in the morning, come walking in there to your husband. You killed me last night. You talk about, I was just dreaming. You killed me last night. I was dreaming, baby. I was dreaming. I wanted to go to the game with the boys. You wouldn't let me. You killed me last night. That kind of shit. You be like, but I was dreaming, honey. It was just a dream. Yeah.
I just want to know why all the men in my dreams are so hot compared to the one.
Yours are hot too.
I mean, do they
Oh,
look like
God.
they live on Mars where the temperature is hot, or you
They
talking about
just
good looking?
beam. They're like angelic. It's like, oh, I get up and I'm like,
All of
please
us, all
put me
of us
back
have
to sleep.
dreams.
Yeah,
Please.
You got lucky dreams, girl.
Jason
'cause
Momoa is very active in people's dreams. I just put that out there.
What
That's
is
all.
that?
Jason Momoa.
What is? I didn't
I
hear
think
Who
it.
is
he's made
Jason
a
Momoa?
cameo appearance in one of mine.
Yeah, who's Jason Momoa?
Just Aquaman. That's all I gotta say.
Oh,
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Okay,
Aquaman.
Really?
Yes.
You what?
Yeah.
Recently separated from Lisa Bonet.
Yes, he left her for me. I'm so sorry.
Now I heard that man is tall.
He is tall.
See, this is where I'm speechless. What are y'all talking about? The
I
Aquaman
think
dude?
he has like bad hygiene.
Roderick,
though.
I am almost 6 foot. It is hard to find a tall man.
Who is 6 foot?
So-
You?
Wow.
Almost 6 feet. So it is hard to find a tall man.
Oh, but I thought they didn't matter when you.
Oh, come on. Come on, ladies. Come on.
I'm 5'2", so anything above me is great.
I'm 5'4". My husband is 6 feet.
See, there you go. Her husband is 6 feet. Marie is 5'2", and you're 5'10" or 11, Doc.
5'11". Yep.
And you, Heidi?
5'8".
Okay. All right. I'm just in between all of y'all.
How tall are you? Let's hear this. What?
Listen, I'm bigger than all of y'all put together. Maybe, maybe not. But
Stop it.
tall-wise, I'm probably 5'8.5".
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty. That's okay. But
It's
and don't get me
good.
wrong, I would marry a 7, 8 foot tall woman in a heartbeat.
It's 7 or
I
eight
won't
foot
make
tall.
I've
anything
seen
short of
it.
Y'all seen the movie? That the what was that dude? The Gigolo, whatever his name was, when he was walking with that girl.
Deuce
Deuce
Bigalow.
Bigelow.
Yeah,
Bigelow.
Yes, I love that
Male
movie.
gigolo. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I would marry an 8 foot tall woman. I really would.
I've dated shorter guys, but
I'm
it doesn't
lying. I'm
bother me as
lying.
long
If
as
you
they
eight
stop
foot
talking
tall, do
about it.
not. If you 8 foot,
I
please
was
do
gonna
not talk about
say that does not seem Roderick ish.
it. I'm joking. I would not marry unless she's got a spacecraft
There you go.
or she's a spirit. Now, 8 foot spirit show up here, I might have to change my mind.
Oh,
I will freak out. I promise you, I will freak out.
Yeah, spirit.
Spirit
I
of
want
Bigfoot.
to. I want to be with the people. Truly, I want to be with the people like Alan, and that are excited about it because I will be crying like they're gonna hurt us and they're gonna have to settle me. Seriously, I
Yeah,
don't. I
I
think
am.
when it really happens, because it's gonna happen.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think it's. Let me delete that. All right. We have somebody spamming our chat trying to do business, make
Uh-oh.
$1,000 a day. Now I would have let the message play that it gave us $9.95 super chat, but
No.
we would do that. You can have your message on the top. All right, ladies, all of you. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure, as well as
Yeah.
a privilege tonight
Yes.
talking to you all, having a great time. If you are in the live stream of YouTube chat, you got any last questions? It is like a 2 minute delay, so I will wait if you have a question before we hang it up. But definitely chat for anyone here. And then if not, we will be shutting this down because Nicole has to go fix breakfast. Everything. I tell everybody to go make them biscuits and sausages. Doc got to go make biscuits and sausages because she got a husband too. Marie,
He makes everything.
just go to bed.
I'm gonna make a.
And Heidi,
Get that ghost man his
I'm gonna get my
his
ghost husband.
biscuit.
yeah, she gonna hit some. No, there is some. Remember, there was some cereal called Ghost. Remember the
Ghost
Count
metal.
Chocula, goat blueberry or something
Yeah.
like that.
yes, get him some of that stuff.
I got it. I got him.
You know, you can buy a bag of dried marshmallows from Farm and Fleet, so every cereal can have crappy marshmallows in it.
Really?
I'm from the Midwest. Midwest.
How can you do that? I don't get it. You mean you talking about cereal can have that? And I'm looking it up now. The Ghost. They got all ghost stuff right now.
I'm looking up my mellow.
I want everybody to.
I
make
just
sure-
know about that. The Count Chocula, the
Yeah.
Frankenberry, and the blueberry or something
Yeah.
like that. They
I
have them
remember that.
every Halloween.
Really good.
You can find them in any like grocery store.
That's
There it is
awesome.
right here. I'm gonna show y'all. Right.
Yeah.
Hang on. Boom. Right. Wait a minute. Bring it on up here with us. Boom. Right
Yep,
Oh,
that's it. That's it.
take a look.
Back
Yeah.
a lot of memories, that box.
Yes.
there. I never had none, but I'm thinking about dropping to go get some tonight though.
They have the
I
ghost
wonder if that
memory.
changes your teeth color.
Well,
Like
yeah.
some-
Probably.
Well,
I hope
shit.
so.
Wait a minute. I see something really interesting. I want some of this cereal. Hang on. You got the blueberry, but
The booty one.
what is this?
The bootios.
Bootio.
What?
$50?
That.
That's why.
That's $50.
No.
It's really dirty,
no.
probably.
Oh
Some-
my god! I just want to know what it's.
You missing that, Heidi? We got some cereal called
Oh man,
Bootios.
Can we get some?
I don't. I don't know.
Pearls
I
that I
think
don't
he needs
have.
a checkup to make sure he ain't got no diseases. It's gross.
And look at the subtitle.
Oh my
The subtitle says they make sure you ain't booty.
You are
Wow.
A perfect way to start the new day.
That reminds me of Bebe's kids.
Yes,
it
it does,
sure
right?
Just add milk and feel the power of Bootios. I'm on some of that.
No.
Sounds
I'm gonna
so
order me
bad.
some Bootios.
No,
I'm gonna
thank you.
pretend like I never saw it.
Yeah, I
Man,
feel it.
that's some good stuff. Look at
And
I
they
think
that.
you might
probably
Makes
want to
wonder
sense.
you eat
what
it.
end they're supposed to put it in.
And the girl got a unicorn head, thing up on it. What is that? Like a
A trombone in her hand. What is that?
no, but the little thing is going through the O,
He's got a
and
spoon,
it means something.
and then what is he? He's just eating.
It's
And then,
he's eating it with his hands.
oh,
Yeah, he didn't
And
even
then
take a spoon
They
to it.
have a
to the right is
I
called
on in
This can't be a real cereal. It has to be
cereal
like some
box.
kind of
No.
food.
But look at what it's saying. It's saying if you look at the box real close, it goes, you know how the Lucky Charm got the stars, and then it said
Right.
it has the smiles, then it has booty crunch.
That's not like the
Oh, no.
WW.
I could take this so many ways right now.
Yeah, that looks like a WWF
Take it to dinner. Shoot.
TV up in the
Take some
left corner.
antibiotics after you eat it. Mm-mm.
I know that's right.
Hey, Sonny.
Come on, y'all were just talking about marrying
Your child.
ghosts. and
I'm not
spirits.
eating no bootios, and I'm not
Yeah.
serving that to anybody that I know.
That sounded really nasty.
Okay,
Yeah.
What
what
is
is
Ew.
the, what is the
Ew.
ghost? Oh,
What is that called? Funkos. Look at that.
Funk?
Look at that. Cereal's called Funkos. What is that? Am I missing something?
Where? Okay.
Where are you finding this? This can't be real.
No, it's
This
literally.
is for sale. Cereal.
He's googling it.
The cereal's called
Is
Funko.
that a bunny or a doll?
thought-
What's on its nose?
You guys don't know what Funko Pops are? Oh my gosh, I collect some of them.
That
Oh
must
my
be a
God.
seasonal item. That's gotta be seasonal.
Funko
my
Pops.
God.
Yeah,
I thought
they
you
got their own
said the F
cereal.
word.
We got Bootios.
I did too. I
Oh,
thought it was.
now this one here, I know I've eaten enough of these. Look at this.
Oh,
Which one is it?
Obesios.
No.
But, oh my God, it's the Oreos and
I must have ate a whole jump. I must have ate a bunch of that.
serial killers, mini
Sugar.
oh, stop.
$15. Wow.
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 Serial killers.
Obesos.
Wow. That looks really mighty.
Yeah.
Look at the bottom of it.
Propaganda.
Look at the bottom of it.
Crack.
It
Smack.
says 0% natural value kindergarten cocaine.
No.
Oh.
For your kids.
Like coke for your kids.
Oh.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Oh,
And look at the three. You know how Smack, Sparkle, and Pop. Look, Smack, Crack, and PCP.
No. That's just
That
wrong.
is- it's some wild people.
Holy.
Of course, you're
Why
not.
The
are
delicious,
these
a
on
delicious
here?
part
Okay,
of your high-fat diet. Use in moderation. Killer kids.
Serial
Sugar
killer.
enriched obesitos.
Mm.
And sugar. I'm gonna order some of that shit. I'm gonna order these
Oh my
boxes, man.
God.
You have to
You
let
get
us know
that?
how the bootios taste.
The booty, I'm going all in on that.
You got to put that on your shelf.
I don't think y'all gonna get none of my bootios. I'm gonna eat that.
Oh,
We're
it
gonna
is
leave it up to
chocolate
you.
too, ain't it?
Let us
It's
know how it
chocolate.
tastes.
Yeah.
It's chocolate, right? Yep,
Yeah.
that's the color you don't want them bootios to be.
Oh no, they gotta be funny with this one. Does it get? Look at this.
Oh, no.
No. Let me see these chips
Oh,
here.
God.
Here.
Worse
Let me
and
open
worse.
this one up. It's Choco Chimps.
Ooh.
Mm-mm. No.
Ow.
Nope, I'm staying away from anything that has to do with a monkey.
Any
Well, I'm not-
Not.
derogatory type cereal, we are
I'm
not
gonna
even.
turn this
Nope.
stuff out because this is off the charts. Oh my god.
No. That's wow.
Can't,
Yeah,
what is
so-
that?
Yeah,
Vintage
let's-
blonde muscle building protein powder. Ooh,
Wow.
that's bad.
Okay, well,
Bootios
I'm
were nice.
ordering them bootios.
I know that
I'm
that
ordering
was that
I'm
one
ordering the
took me out.
BCOs. I'm gonna order some of the BCOs, the bootios.
Then you can put them on your shelf. Your
I'm gonna see if I can.
Yeah, put it up there on
Mind you, keep
play.
Let's see if I can get a sponsorship from that one. Let me get a sponsorship from that one. All right. Well, shit. Well, there we go. We had a little from that one. All right, ladies. We will all talk tomorrow. I'll be live. I don't know if they're gonna live stream. I'm gonna be on the UNX radio from 7 to 9, and then Then I'll come on here probably from 9 to 11. Just kind of, I don't know. Maybe are we streaming too much? Is it too much for y'all to come around here just about daily with a D? I mean, I know
Better than TV, that's for sure.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I don't even watch TV much
So
anymore.
these conversations are so healthy.
Yes.
And everybody
right?
This show has been brought to you by Bootios.
studios.
No.
Yeah. Well, Oscar Roberts said this was so awesome. Proud of you all. Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if anyone else find value, like the video channel, become part of our Truth Seekers. If you want to do that, it's just 16 cents a day. 16 cents a day. And a lot of you have that in your pockets and change and the cup holders and you know, and I'm not trying to sell bootios. I'm trying to
Not yet. Not yet.
but radios, whatever have my own.
Don't count them out.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What book is that?
But I'll tell you what, I was
Exactly.
working
My book.
this is a true story. I
Nice.
was working on it.
Wonder. Can I find it on
I'll
Amazon?
tell you about it when Roderick gets.
All right.
Oh yeah. Tell us about it in just a second. I was true story. I came close, and if the price had just got right, I did when we had the club called Extraterrestrial Evidence. I actually got a energy drink called Extraterrestrials. I had made it right, and then somebody told me, "Oh, it's got sucralose in it." I'm like, "Well, shit, everybody's drinking it anyway." And I just backed off until I come back and knows I could have did the order, but I wasn't gonna, it was just gonna be like a novelty, but it was gonna be something for our group at the time, and it was extraterrestrial drink, and it was like some tagline of putting the DNA in you or something.
Tang.
No.
It was pretty good. It was really good.
Pick up a NASA.
I know. All right, tell us about that book, Marie.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was using this as a advertising display. But this is the book that I wrote. It's about my childhood. It's based on a true story about when we lived in our haunted house. My mother, father, and 8 kids. It's called 10 Feet Under.
Now hold it up to the camera. There we go.
Can you see that?
I love it.
I love it.
I
Great cover.
The way that they did the cover and the layout of the book, I absolutely love, and it brings so much energy and tone to the actual story. So
That's good.
this any book that I sell as a result of Roderick's channel, I am donating 5% of the proceeds to the channel.
There
So
you
just
go.
keep that in mind,
Keep that
everybody.
in mind.
who's
And don't be
viewing.
scared of that shovel on the front. She is not going to bury
you-
you.
Can we get it on Amazon?
I do not, unfortunately. It's not
Okay.
ready as yet. I do have physical copies that I can ship out to whatever the best mailing address is. It is $14.99, $20 shipping. But if you guys support and purchase the book, percentage of the proceeds goes to keep this show going.
Yep.
Alright.
And let me see what I got here. Hang on.
Private chat you.
Can we
Yeah.
go to your
Yeah.
website? Your
Yeah.
website?
Send me an email message, Ghostlink TV. I think Roderick might have all that contact information.
There it is,
Yeah,
right there
I'll-
on the screen.
Yeah. Just send me a message, and then we can coordinate getting this shipped out to you.
Hey, I love it.
Amazing
I love
story.
books.
Yeah.
I'll hit you up on Instagram.
Oh,
I'm raising money to buy my bootios and all that stuff. Raising money to buy the
Oh, man.
bootios.
Did you get the address there?
yes, I just got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you do Venmo?
I do Venmo.
Oh,
Venmo. Yeah.
Okay.
All the
Okay,
different methods.
cool.
Payment acceptance. And I'll ship it out, and I'll give you the tracking number. Make sure you get it. But
Awesome.
any purchase is greatly appreciated. I definitely want to get the story out there so everybody knows we go through these experiences and tell you my truths.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, congrats on getting that book done, Marie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you
That's a
so
big
much.
deal.
Later.
Yep.
It's
There
a lot to do. That's awesome.
It is.
Mhm.
It's all good. All right. So, anyone else got anything they want to share with the audience? I know, Nicole, you working on a book, correct? No? Yes?
Yes. I'm in
Yeah.
the beginning, like brainstorming stages. But yes, it's going to be fiction, but it will be based on the main character will be African American woman, of course, and it's going to be her experience of going through disclosure with aliens and UFOs. So I'm just gonna pack all kinds of stuff in there. So just kind of been doing lots of research, and I'm just about ready to start digging in.
That sounds amazing.
Congratulations on that.
Wow.
Starting that process, Nicole. You're gonna
Thank you.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I will
That's
say
a lot.
good night to everyone. And I did have a question though. Would it matter if I'm not doing this, but maybe not on these days, but one of these days I want to stream during the day. Does it matter? Because it looked like we get a lot of views after the live stream anyway. So does it matter? Streaming times?
You can stream anytime on YouTube.
Truly. Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to be at Wrigley with the hubby and my boys. So hopefully we'll get on TV.
Wrigley Field. All right.
Oh, I used to live in Wrigleyville. You're over there.
Oh,
Huh?
love it.
No, I didn't like people peeing on my parked car living over there, but
Oh boy.
a lot of drunk people stumbling through the streets over there near Wrigley Stadium. But
Should put that hat
fun
man
place.
out there on the car. Set the hat man
Yeah.
out there on the car.
Yeah, there was speed on it. Was everything. It was used as a coaster for people's beers. I mean, people were a trip over there,
That's
but
awful.
it is a fun area.
Well, I would have
I
definitely
like
changed.
the birds. They're like, give me a fry.
Oh,
They talk like that? The bird? See?
Yeah, they do. They literally do. They come down right on the seat in front of you, and they're like, ah, that's give me a fry. And they
I
hold
thought
their mouth
I
open.
thought they actually said that shit. You know, we talking about paranormal. You know, boy,
Well, they
that'd
stick their mouth open until you put a fry in there, and then they fly away.
have been a cook bird.
That is
A
too
dodo bird.
funny.
Sure. All right, y'all. For the last time, we're gonna hang up. Y'all gotta go. Y'all got
Thanks
husbands.
so much for the show.
Y'all got husbands in this side, and she got husbands on the other side, and y'all got
He's watching the game.
go tend to you get what I'm saying, and all that stuff. So, and you go in there, Nicole, and your husband's talking to somebody, and you're like, "Who you talking to?" And he looks like, "Well, you don't see her." No, I don't. So, see, I couldn't do that. I don't think I can deal. I don't know what I would do if I married someone who says, you know, my ex is in here with us tonight. I mean, y'all ghost people, would y'all say, okay, go get her something to drink or what? No. Tell her to leave?
No, she has to go. If it's his ex, she's
Burn-
got to get
start
out.
burning sage- start burning sage and shit. Like, you got to get out of here. You know.
Exactly. Get my candles.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just leaving both there.
Did you guys know they did a study in 2017 that sage cuts respiratory issues by 99%? If you sage your home, you can cut respiratory illnesses by 99%.
Saging your home.
Ooh.
Yep.
And you can get rid of some demons and your ghost husband.
Exactly.
That's how you divorce them.
We should put that in a cereal box, Roderick. We should put that in a cereal box.
Sajos.
The best seller is gonna be the
There you go.
Now, Bootios is going to be a top seller. I'm going to see if I can buy that brand.
Stage.
I'm going to see if I can buy that brand. I'm going to buy it.
There you go.
Bootios. Bootios and those are BCOs.
Oh, I gotta tell people too, I saw there's some questions. If people wanted to send anything my way, to go to HeidiHollis.com or shadowfolks.com and just send your questions on over there, because I do get to them on my podcast too.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yep. Yes.
All right. So we're actually done for real. Okay, I'm gonna hit this live stream. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, Heidi. We will see you.
All right. Yes. Until next time, and I'll have this working better, I hope.
Yes, that will be good. That will be good. So, all right, we'll talk to you later there.
Thank you.
Heidi.
Hi, guys.
It's gone there. And I'll thank all of y'all for coming tonight. And we'll talk to you soon. And Marie, I'm going to give you a call off the phone over here.
No problem.
Okay. All right. We'll see y'all. And thank
Alrighty.
you, Nicole, for popping up.
Care. You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Talk to you
All
soon,
right.
Roger.